News.
First pitch, 7:08 tonight at American Family Field.
A woman killed on the city's south side after somebody hit her with a rock.
The battery happened near 23rd and Ramsey Avenue around 2 p.m. on Sunday, where police say the suspect struck a 64-year-old in the head with a stone. The victim died of blunt force trauma at the scene. Milwaukee police arrested the 29-year-old suspect. Charges will be referred to the district attorney's office. Police have not yet named the victim or the suspect. Jessica Gatso, WTMJ News.
Milwaukee Fire Department says it needs safety upgrades. The city not sure how to fund them. Milwaukee Mayor Cavalier Johnson proposed $2 million in his most recent budget for equipment replacement. But the fire department says they need $27 million. Fire Chief Aaron Lipsky saying ladder trucks are not doing well.
It's a self-supporting crane, basically, but we put human lives at the end of it, so it has to undergo UL testing. We just had 3 of our ladder trucks fail that UL test.
National Fire Protection Association says fire engines and ladder trucks should not be more than 15 years old. About half of Milwaukee's frontline vehicles will exceed that age by 2027.
The leader of Milwaukee's Horticultural Conservatory is slowly revealing more details about the Dome's reimagined plans. It includes new business model that Executive Director Krista Beal-Diefenbach says will pay for operating costs and then some.
We're going to increase the admissions fee just slightly. We're going to have a larger gift shop. We're going to have concession sales. We're going to have event revenue. You put all of that together, and it doesn't just cover our expenses, but leaves a surplus that we can put away for future maintenance needs.
Beal-Diefenbach tells WTMJ Conversations there's also plans in the works for a more efficient and accessible entryway.
Big news on Milwaukee's music scene as a new live entertainment venue downtown is getting ready to open. Milwaukee Business Journal editor-in-chief Timothy Gibbons telling WTMJ the building right next to Fiserv Forum now has an official name.
The venue, which has been called FPC Live kind of unofficially, is now Landmark Credit Union Live. The venue is anticipated to open in February. It's going to be about 2,500 seats, and the idea is that it's another place where Milwaukee's thriving music scene can thrive.
Downtown officials report the venue will complement the area alongside Fiserv Forum and Deer District.
Coming up, a return to KC for T Swift.
Brewers fans, it's time to rally. Join us Thursday night for an NLCS Game 3 watch party, presented by Potawatomi Hotel and Casino and sponsored by Surfside. Catch every pitch, every swing, and every big moment with the hometown call, broadcasting live inside the Potawatomi Sportsbook Annex. Enjoy great food, cold drinks, and the electric energy of Brewers fans coming together as the crew fights for another postseason win. It all happens Thursday night at 7 o'clock, the Game 3 watch party, live from the Potawatomi Sportsbook Annex. 620 WTMJ is your home for Brewers baseball.
Hi, this is Julie Coombs
and Cindy Storm Fisher with Storm Fisher Investment Group.
Are you a retiring professional worried about the direction of our economy, about making your money last?
Come see what we can do for you. Let us show you how we take care of you to help you have a great retirement.
We are at 262-796-8400 or stormfisher.com. See you soon.
Securities offered through Osaic Wealth Inc. Member FINRA SIPC. Advisory services offered through Osaic Advisory Services LLC. Osaic Advisory. Osaic Wealth and Osaic Advisory are separately owned, and other entities and/or marketing names, products, and services referenced here are independent of Osaic Wealth and Osaic Advisory.
From those with no experience to firearms enthusiasts, all are welcome at Mission 94 Firearms Education Center. The staff is deeply committed to providing a welcoming and engaging environment for everyone at every level. Learn the right way to handle firearms, level up your skills, and experience replica firearms from different historical eras while learning about their role in protecting our freedoms throughout history. Visit veteran-owned and managed Mission 94 in Kenosha today. Check out the 5-star reviews. Just Google Mission 94.
Does your bathroom belong in a haunted house?
Or maybe it's just time for a refresh.
WTMJ and Sidex are back with the beautiful bathroom contest.
One lucky listener will win a tub or shower conversion valued up to $10,000.
It's easy. Snap a pic of your scary shower, terrifying tub, or even just one you're tired of,
and enter now at WTMJ.com.
Sidex makes it easy to go from fright to fabulous.
The Fox and Hound Supper Club is hiring qualified kitchen expediters, ensuring food quality is at its highest standard. And bussers. You'll make real money working nights and weekends. Parents, tell your kids. Inquire today. Start next week. It's the real deal. Contact the Fox and Hounds.
Outdoor Living Unlimited, WTMJ News Time, 6:07.
So Freddie goes tomorrow night, but who's pitching tonight? Sports coming up at 6:15.
Several people killed and injured when gunfire erupted at a bar in South Carolina.
Gunfire erupted at around 1 a.m. Sunday morning at a bar in St. Helena, South Carolina. At least 4 people were pronounced dead at the scene and several others injured. Officials say hundreds of people were inside at the time of the shooting. The owner of the bar wiping away tears.
I'm thankful for everybody who walked away. I'm thankful for everybody who's alive, who is safe.
Morgan Norwood, ABC News, New York.
A nor'easter making its way up the East Coast, bringing powerful winds, heavy rain, coastal flooding in Queens. A tree fell on this woman's car.
I literally went food shopping and I came back in a taxi and there was a tree on my car.
Caused the cancellation of a Columbus Day parade. Weather conditions are expected to improve tomorrow.
A showgirl was in the house in Kansas City.
A showgirl returned to the football field to cheer on her favorite tight end.
Look, Taylor, life of a rock star, right? Caitlin Clark's back there, life of a hooper, too.
NBC Sports spotted Taylor Swift massive engagement ring on full display in a star-studded suite at Arrowhead Stadium, hugging her future father-in-law as they got set to watch her fiancé Travis Kelce and his Kansas City Chiefs host the Detroit Lions. It was the singer's first public appearance at a game this season, and maybe she brought the luck. Chiefs won it 30-17. Deborah Rodriguez, CBS News.
Outdoor Living Unlimited, WTMJ News Time, 6:09.
Looking ahead to life's next adventure? Hi, I'm Mike Yancey from Yancey & Associates. Whether you're buying a home or launching your dream business, we know there's a lot on your plate. But here's the thing, you don't have to go it alone. Since 1946, we've helped Wisconsinites like you secure, protect, and grow their version of the American dream. Our team is ready to tailor the perfect plan for you. Learn more at ANSAY.com. That's ANSAY.com.
Homer for Window Nation. It's October, and if you've got old windows, that means you're back to dealing with chilly air seeping into your home. Eliminate annoying drafts once and for all with Window Nation in Milwaukee. This month, buy 2 windows, get 2 for free, plus pay nothing for 2 years. With the holidays coming up, it's a big deal, and they can do it so quickly. Don't miss out on free windows and 0 payments for 2 years with Window Nation, proud partner of the Milwaukee Brewers. Visit windownation.com before October 31st to get started.
Checking in with Debbie here at 6:10.
We're looking pretty good right now, Vince. We got pretty much full freeway speeds across the area. Just a couple of broken down vehicles. 141 southbound just south of North Avenue off on the right, and then another one near the Mitchell interchange on northbound 94, making your way in there. It is, again, off on the right shoulder. Shouldn't be causing too much of a problem. Everything's reopened on the bypass, by the way. Yay! So off we go. I'm Debbie Lazago with your WTMJ Time Saver Traffic.
The WTMJ 5-day forecast. For today, a slight chance for a few showers, otherwise mostly cloudy with highs in the upper 60s to near 70 degrees. Partly cloudy tonight with lows in the low to mid 50s. It's partly cloudy, a chance for some overnight showers on Tuesday, highs in the mid 60s, and we'll hold on to that chance of rain into the first part of our Wednesday, otherwise mostly cloudy with a high near 60. Partly cloudy for Thursday, slight chance for a few showers, highs in the mid 60s, and then we'll see some more sunshine mixed with clouds on Friday with highs near 70 degrees. I'm meteorologist Brendan Johnson with the Storm Team forecast on WTMJ.
Milwaukee right now at 60 degrees.
Live from the Annex Wealth Management Studios at the Avenue in downtown Milwaukee, this is Wisconsin's Morning News. Here are your hosts, Vince Vitrano and Erik Bilstad.
6:12 on Wisconsin's Morning News. Breaking news happening right now. President Trump in Israel addressing the parliament, the Knesset, that body welcoming the president as hostages are returning home today. Let's listen into the president.
Together to press Hamas to set the hostages free and to send them home. We had a lot of help. We had a lot of help from a lot of people that you wouldn't suspect, and I want to thank them very much for that. It's an incredible triumph for Israel and the world to have all of these nations working together as partners in peace. And it's pretty unusual for you to see that, but it happened in this case. This was a very unusual point in time, a brilliant point in time. Generations from now, this will be remembered as the moment that everything began to change and change very much for the better. Like the USA right now, it will be the golden age of Israel and the golden age of the Middle East. It's going to work together. I'd like to thank several great American patriots for their invaluable help in getting something done that almost everyone thought was absolutely impossible. We were wasting our time. So many people said.
President Trump addressing Parliament in Israel right now, an honor not extended most recently, I guess, to President George W. Bush was the last to address the Knesset there. And the president moves next to Egypt, meeting later today with the Egyptian president, leaders from more than a dozen other countries on the next big piece of full Israeli withdrawal from Gaza in the short term, humanitarian aid. And then in the long term, what does the governance of that land look like? A number of things laid out in the Trump 20-point peace plan, but unclear right now which points have been fully agreed upon, which are in the most immediate future, and which have a long way to go. But that is happening right now. We'll continue to monitor the president's comments overseas. 6:14, sports up next on Wisconsin's Morning News.
For over a century, local radio has evolved with the needs of the community. From politics to pop culture, we keep you informed, bringing you the most relevant news, online, on air, and on the go. You have trusted us with your news, sports, weather, and entertainment. Trust us to keep moving with you. Text radio to 52886 and tell Congress local broadcasting is here to stay.
Free in-home design consultation, design created to maximize your space and professional installation. Vince Vitrano here. 3 pillars of the experience that you'll get with Inspired Closets Milwaukee. It's why working with my friends Katie and Dan, based right here in Waukesha, so much better than doing some internet or mail order closet company stuff coming in a box. You got to put it in yourself, just like ours in the Vitrano home. Your custom closet experience with Inspired Closets Milwaukee begins with the team learning about your needs. What's going on at home? What do you need to feel better, to feel less stressed, less cluttered? What spaces are the problem areas? Is it the entryway? Do you got an overjammed coat closet? Is it a full bedroom? I promise Katie and Dan and their team have the solution that is not only functional, but it's beautiful. Inspired days start in Inspired Closets, inspiredclosetsmilwaukee.com.
Time for an update from the Gruber Law Office's One Call, That's All Sports Desk.
Are you ready, Brewers fans? The National League Championship Series begins tonight at AmFam Field. Here's how the last play sounded at the old ball yard on Saturday.
Uribe deals to Carson Kelly, swinging a bouncer to short. Ortiz has it, and the Brewers are going to the Championship Series. They take 3 of 5 from the Chicago Cubs.
All right, so that's how that game ended. So it all starts tonight. Blake Snell on the mound for the Dodgers.
It's a really good lineup. I'm not falling for the average Joes that they're not. I never once thought. I mean, they got the best record in the NL. They're a really good team.
Thought that was pretty interesting. Yeah, man, not falling for that.
Right. Oh, the underdogs, here they come. Right.
Yamamoto is going to pitch game 2 for the Dodgers, so it looks like Shohei wouldn't pitch until Ohtani won't pitch until they get back to L.A. So what about the crew? Well, we know Freddie Peralta is going to pitch game 2 tomorrow night, so what do you do tonight? Could be another bullpen game. Could be maybe it's Quinn Priester. Greg Matzek did ask Jacob Mizorowski about what his plans are.
The feeling in the clubhouse after the game, obviously a lot of work to be done yet, but what's it feel like to kind of clear that next hurdle?
Yeah, I mean, it's a lot of fun. I think it's, everyone's excited, but at the same time, you realize that there's still work to be done.
Miz says he'll do whatever they ask him to do, kind of like what they did then. So,
kind of like how we've been using him?
Yeah, just
like you want to throw him out there as a starter now? Like, this is working.
I don't know.
Leave it be.
Looks pretty good.
This is working.
Just saying. Game 1 is tonight, right here on WTMJ.
Packers get to work this week preparing for Arizona. Cardinals lost to the Colts on Sunday. Green Bay enough to get the job done against the Bengals on Sunday.
Fade to Jacobs. It's off to the tight end. Kraft galloping inside. Touchdown.
CBS Sports on the call. Tucker Kraft finishing off that catch for one of 3 touchdowns on the day for the Packers. 27-18 the final. Quarterback Jordan Love, 259 yards passing, 1 touchdown, 1 interception.
I thought he played his ass off.
Head coach Matt LaFleur on Love's play. Number 1 draft pick Matthew Golden, 3 catches for 86 yards. Coach loves him. asked if they're going to work harder to get him involved.
I mean, it's just is what it is, guys. Like, I know everybody wants us to force feed guys the ball, but, I mean, that's really not how we've done it around here, and I don't plan on changing that.
Well, pick your storyline. You also had kicker Lucas Havrasik, who last kicked for the Dallas Renegades in the United Football League.
He did okay.
Comes in there, kicks 2 field goals, 3 extra points. The Packers win, again, 27-18. We are on the road next, 3:25 kick Sunday in Glendale, Arizona. Chiefs beat the Lions 30-17 Sunday night. And a Monday Night Football doubleheader to close out Week 6 in the National Football League. 6:15 kick for the Bills and Falcons. That game in Atlanta. And of greater interest for Packers fans, the Bears are in Washington to face the Commanders. Bears trying to get off to a 3-2 start and keep pace in the division. That game kicks off at 7:15. Badgers volleyball with a 3-set sweep of Maryland on Sunday, coming off getting swept by Penn State on Friday. Badger Sports Updates are brought to you by Siding Unlimited. It's siding and a whole lot more.
The Wisconsin retirement system impacts over 690,000 people, including police, firefighters, teachers, and UW employees. Join Annex Wealth Management and WTMJ's Steve Scafidi for a free webinar. Understand your WRS potential on Tuesday, October 21st at 3:30 p.m. Learn how your WRS pension fits into your financial portfolio and planning. The Annex Financial Planning team is experienced with WRS pensions and holistic financial planning. Register at annexwealth.com/events. Know the difference with a fee-only fiduciary. That's Annex Wealth Management.
Planning for 2026 starts now. A new deck from Outdoor Living Unlimited is built to last. We are Wisconsin's #1 TimberTech deck installation team. For amazing ideas, go to our Outdoor Living Unlimited Instagram page. For a free estimate, go to OutdoorLivingUnlimited.com.
Shop smarter with Higher Love Cannabis Company in Menominee, Michigan, just a few seconds across the Wisconsin border. Award-winning, organically grown, quality products you can trust. Don't settle for knockoffs in Wisconsin. Get the real deal at findhigherlove.com/CBD.
2 rivals, 1 stage. It all comes down to October.
Breaking ball. Hit high. Hit deep. Left center. Bye-bye baseball.
It's Game 2 of the NLDS as the Brewers host the Cubs in Milwaukee.
Significant uptick in the number of gasping customers in this 12-foot radius at Penny Mustard.
This is where we display the Joni sofa.
Now that's a gasp-worthy sofa.
You'd never know something this strong and beautiful could be so comfortable. Was that you?
Oh no, it's contagious.
Come see the Joni sofa, starting at just $80 a month with no interest until October of 2027 through October 19th at Penny Mustard.
Showrooms in Milwaukee and Chicago.
PennyMustard.com.
Debbie's got an update on your morning drive at 6:21.
Yeah, it's looking pretty good for the most part around the area. We do have a little bit of a backup along southbound 41 right from the county line to Good Hope Road, our usual spot there. But other than that, everything else is rolling along fine. I'm Debbie Lazago with your WTMJ Time Saver Traffic.
Your Storm Team forecast, a slight chance of showers, just a little shower activity in the northern part of southeast Wisconsin at the moment. Skies will turn mostly cloudy with a high of 67 degrees today. Partly cloudy overnight, low down to 53. For the rest of the week, 60s until we get to Friday. 64 the high on Tuesday with a chance of showers in the afternoon or evening. Wednesday, chance of morning showers, then partly cloudy, high 60. Thursday's high 64 under partly cloudy skies with a slight chance of rain. And Friday, partly cloudy and a high of 70. We're at 60 right now.
Big weekend, Greenfield Park this Saturday. You know, it's one of my favorite things to do, Vince. The T1D walk is taking place.
Trying to hold the weather for you. I don't have Saturday, but we're trending in the right direction with
good.
temperatures, so that's important.
Good. Well, as everyone knows, or I shouldn't say everyone, but a lot of people may know that I have type 1 diabetes, which is different than type 2 diabetes, but something that affects your day-to-day living, and always raise money for the T1D Walk, which is on Saturday, and get to take part in that, which I'm always so proud to do. And I get to meet some pretty amazing people. Some young kids who live with the autoimmune disease and handle it and take care of it and live to be strong and healthy, and that includes a young 15-year-old named Yuvraj.
I play tennis a lot. That's something I've been into. I play for my school team as well.
Meet Yuvraj. Typical 15-year-old boy from Brookfield. He's got his friends. He's interested in finance.
I hope to pursue a job like that in the future too. So
He looks healthy enough when you meet him.
So I actually have to go play tennis after this. So when I'm done, I'm gonna have to check my blood sugar, eat something to make sure my blood sugar's high, and then even while I'm playing, I'm gonna have to check every 20-30 minutes to make sure I'm not too low or not too high. And
You see, Yuvraj has type 1 diabetes, otherwise known as T1D. I have a direct. Oh, there you go. Yep, I know that sound. Yep, so I know exactly that sound. Yep. Been there. So T1D has similarities to type 2 diabetes, but they are dramatically different. T1D, typically diagnosed in children, but not always, is an autoimmune disease. Your pancreas stops producing necessary insulin to control your body's blood sugar. A blood sugar too high can cause catastrophic damage to your body. A blood sugar too low can mean falling unconscious, suffering a seizure, or even worse.
That's probably the worst thing you can be subjected to see your child suffer. It was very painful.
Tejwan Singh is Yuvraj's father. Yuvraj was first diagnosed back in 2019. It was unexpected, for Tejwan, a cardiologist by trade, knew all too well.
I've taken care of a lot of type 1 diabetics myself, and that was it's a double-edged sword. All of a sudden I could see how bad and nasty this disease can be if not well managed.
So the family had to learn together. Mom and Dad had to figure out how to teach their son this new normal. When they said, yeah, well, you have T1D, what was your reaction?
honestly, I think I was a little confused when I first got it, but the only thing I understood was that my life was going to be completely different. I didn't realize that I would have to take a shot for every single thing, so that was a little hard to adjust.
I've had sleepless nights for years.
Constantly checking a blood sugar means long, exhausting days and nights.
Getting up in the middle of the night, giving him, okay, sugar is too high, give him insulin, and then all of a sudden I dosed it, a little more, then I could not sleep for the next hour and a half to make sure what is going to dip too low. Your child's life is at risk, how can you sleep?
There is hope. The medical devices used to treat T1D are getting more advanced all the time.
Technology is improving. It's not perfect yet. We have, ways to go.
The tech is improving by a lot, thanks to Breakthrough T1D, which raises money for research, finding new ways to live with, hopefully prevent or even stop type 1 diabetes.
I got my insulin pump. It's easy. I can just pull out my phone and just put a number and it'll give me the insulin. So that's really useful.
As for Yuvraj, he's doing great. He was even able to travel to Washington, D.C. to push for more Breakthrough T1D initiatives.
I got to share my experiences with our senators. And honestly, it's one of the most life-changing experiences I think I've ever done because it made me realize I'm here to do something good. And there were 150 kids in total, and seeing all those kids from different states, it just made me realize that there's so many people out there like me.
Erik, Bilstad, WTMJ News. So that is Yuvraj, who has a team. Actually, he's raised nearly $20,000 already.
Oof.
For his... Oh, it's not on there? Okay. We'll get that on the website. It's Diabetic Awareness Society. That's his page that he has. And super impressed with him and what he's learned in Washington, D.C. He said that changed his life going there and meeting these senators and meeting other people like him. And doing well. Living the healthy life, even with T1D.
I love these stories that you do just because you always interview the young people. And I'm always just so impressed with their poise, with their maturity, with how they deal with stuff. Like, if that's me and I get a diagnosis like that today, world's over, that's it, everything's terrible. They're always so positive and they're in control of everything.
Right. And there are some trying moments and some scary times and all that. But once you get a hold of it, and again, because of the technology that we now have, it makes it so much easier to live with. That's what makes Breakthrough T1D so important. So taking part in that walk on Saturday, and we have a link to Yuvraj's page on our website at WTMJ.com in the Wisconsin Morning News section. You'll see it in there, and I'll make sure we can make that easy for you to find. But really proud of what he's doing there, raising all that money, and we'll make sure to get that out there to the masses.
News about your money this morning, WTMJ Annex Wealth Management Market Update. Dow Jones Industrial Average tumbled 879 points in trading on Friday to 45,400. 480. The NASDAQ was down more than 800 points to 22,204. S&P 500 at 6553. That was down more than 180 points. Financial planning at every level. Annex Comprehensive Wealth, Annex Private Client, Annex Ignite. Details at annexwealth.com.
Hey, WTMJ's John Mercure here for Guthrie and Fry. I love Guthrie and Fry. I've got their water softener, the salt delivered right to the basement. Their RO system, which filters the water in our house. What we drink, what we cook with, is crisp, clean, clear. It's Guthrie and Fry water conditionings, the best in the business. They also provide well pump system service, routine service, and emergency service for when you need it. They've been doing that since 1974. At Guthrie and Fry, they know that better water makes a big difference. The teams I trust are at Guthrie and Fry Water Conditioning.
WTMJ's Erik Bilstad here for Tri-County Contracting. New roof is needed this year. You've made that decision. Well, we can make that entire project move quickly and be worry-free for you with Tri-County Contracting. Here's the website, tricountycontractingwi.com. You get free enrollment in the every year inspection program. You get free roof inspection and maintenance every year for a decade. Make sure that life is good for you after you get your roof. TriCountyContractingWI.com. It's worry-free roofing, siding, and windows. TriCountyContractingWI.com.
I know why you continue to live in pain. It's because you don't believe anything can be done to help. Maybe you bought into something and you've been burned before. I mean, your skepticism, it's understandable. This is Rejuvenex founder Richard Salinas, and here we use powerful, anti-inflammatory, and cushioning pharmacological medicines to ease your pain. They're FDA approved, and most medical insurance is going to pay for our treatments, including Medicare and Medicaid. And that's the litmus test. Because if insurance has shown to cover the cost of many of our patients' treatments, you can be sure it's valid medicine. It's not a biological treatment considered experimental or some new gimmick that's trying to hook you. The Rejuvenex approach to pain relief is legitimate. It helps to alleviate pain in shoulders, hips, elbows, and knees. And from what we've seen, it gives people a new lease on their lives. Call today, and there's a good chance we'll see you tomorrow.
Find furniture for life from Ken Michaels Furniture in Brookfield, Greenfield, or downtown Milwaukee. Milwaukee Mattress, where top quality mattresses are priced hundreds less than premium national mattress brands. Found exclusively at Ken Michaels Furniture in Brookfield, Greenfield, and downtown Milwaukee.
6:30, I'm Vince Vitrano on Wisconsin's Morning News. Monday, October 13th. Let's get you right to Debbie Lazico for an update on the roads.
Yeah, looking pretty good. Northbound 41 is tightening up a bit as you're making your way up to Capitol Drive. Southbound a little tight right around that Good Hope Road area. Otherwise, looking good. I'm Debbie Lazico with your WTMJ Time Saver Traffic.
Might have a few showers this morning on our way to a high of 67 degrees. Right now it's 60.
This is a special report from ABC News. I'm Brian Clark. It's been a day of joy in Israel as all 20 living hostages were returned by Hamas under the terms of a peace agreement. Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, speaking to Parliament, called President Trump the greatest friend Israel's ever had in the White House. The president, right now addressing the Israeli parliament, said,
"The sun rises on a holy land that is finally at peace, a land and a region that will live, God willing, in peace for all eternity."
The future will be the topic of a peace summit in Egypt later today. President Trump will be a co-chair, but ABC's James Longman's there and says
the next stage will be even more difficult because this 20-point plan is the deal that he wants. Donald Trump often talks deals into existence. It's the end point. How we get there, though, that's going to be difficult. How will Hamas disarm?
This is ABC News.
Outdoor Living Unlimited, WTMJ News Time, 6:31.
From the WTMJ Breaking News Center, a person in custody, another dead on Milwaukee's south side after a beating. 23rd and Ramsey about 2 o'clock Sunday, where police say suspect struck a 24-year-old in the head with a stone. Victim died at the scene. 29-year-old suspect in custody, charges pending.
The Brewers are ready for the NLCS. It starts tonight at AmFam Field. Brewers extra innings host Dominic Cotroneo on WTMJ.
This is the team. They won a series. They did it against the rivals. They did it against Craig. They did it out-homering them. They played flawless defense. They played incredible pitching. The rookies carried them. And the way I see it is just that when I walked into that, I could just see relief and belief at the same time of just, yeah, We are that team. We are the best team in baseball.
So the Dodgers are here in Brew City. The Crew looking to win their first National League pennant. The Dodgers looking for their third World Series title in 6 years. Those long-suffering Dodger fans. Game 1 tonight at AmFam Field.
Milwaukee Fire Department sounding the alarm on its aging fleet of vehicles.
We are beating these rigs up.
The city needs to replace at least 8 frontline engines and 6 ladder trucks over the next 2 years. That's based on safety guidelines from the National Fire Protection Association. Mayor Cavalier Johnson's proposed budget includes $2 million for equipment replacement, but Fire Chief Aaron Lipsky tells the Common Council Finance Committee,
Chief, what can you buy with $2 million worth of equipment budget?
You can probably get a single fire engine, and there will be a little left over.
Jessica Gatso, WTMJ News.
Alderman Peter Bergella suggesting the city could borrow the money if it can't find another source.
The Metropolitan Milwaukee Association of Commerce is updating its approach to workforce development. The group says it's adapting its goals to better fit today's business landscape. Timothy Gibbons with the Milwaukee Business Journal.
The way that they laid it out to the membership was basically if in Region of Choice 1 they had programs that were aimed at one type of employee, now they want to take those programs that are designed to help, say, employees grow into executives, and they want them to be something for all employees.
And Timothy says it's part of a broader move towards strengthening Milwaukee's workforce.
Coming up, history made this weekend in Milwaukee's performing arts scene.
Outdoor Living Unlimited, WTMJ News Time, 6:34.
Oh, boy, it's getting so expensive to dine out, but not at the Mine Chef restaurant in Hartford. WTMJ's John Mercure here. The Mine Chef is family-owned, understands inflation hurts. Every Monday when you buy one pizza, you get a second pizza absolutely free. Any size, any quantity. You buy one, get one free. Buy 2, get 2 free. Buy 10 pizzas, get 10 free pizzas. Business owners, managers, bring in pizza for your hardworking employees and your key clients. They're going to love it because it's delicious pizza and your second pizza's free, saving your company a ton of money. Bring your family in today for free pizza. Your kids will love that world-class game room. The Mine Shaft in beautiful downtown Hartford and near EAA and Oshkosh, just off the interstate. Lots of seating, lots of close parking. No need to cook. Don't think about cleaning today. Mondays can be tough enough. Buy one pizza, get one free at the Mine Shaft. Plenty to take home for tomorrow. Desserts, and I love their desserts, are also buy one, get one free. Just walk in today for your free Monday pizza. MineshaftRestaurant.com.
At Grunberg Offices, we take great pride in helping those who have trusted us after a serious accident. Our team has the knowledge, resources, and experience to get you the results you deserve. Don't wait to get the help you need. Make the right call. Call Grunberg Offices today. Proud partner of your Milwaukee Bucks. One call, that's all.
From the biggest stars to the greatest moments. Behind the Bucks is Bucks history, like you've never heard it before. It's all on Behind the Bucks on the Bucks Plus audio network. Behind the Bucks is presented by Gallagher, your trusted insurance broker and HR and benefits consultant. Available now on bucks.com/plus, the Bucks app, the new ESPN Wisconsin app, and wherever you get podcasts.
Outdoor Living Unlimited, WTMJ News Time, 6:36.
So no time for additional revelry here. The Brewers play again tonight. We'll hear from The Miz on whether he wants to come out of the pen as he has been in the postseason or if he'd prefer to be the starter. That's coming up in sports at 6:45. Did you record that?
Yeah, this was in the concourse.
Yes.
On Saturday. Quite the atmosphere at AmFam Field.
What a nice night for you.
Yeah, it was incredible.
Meanwhile, this was my night. Okay.
Now what's going on there?
Well, history was made in another way, Erik, in downtown Milwaukee.
You are the first ever audience to see a performance in this beautiful and unique space. And what a performer we have tonight who will be gracing this hallowed stage shortly.
Milwaukee Repertory Theater Artistic Director there, Mark Clements, the performer, Broadway diva Bernadette Peters, and the Rep was staging its first ever performance following the, I believe it pushed $80 million renovation of its theater space. It's now called the Associated Bank Theater Center. So faced with a Sophie's choice of, right, man, see You go to Game 5 and we lose. I would have been sad that I missed the historic moment in the performing arts. More baseball ahead either way, right? So, okay. So we went. Really cool night.
This morning on Wells Street, we officially cut the ribbon to celebrate the opening of the Associated Bank Theatre Center, which now gives Milwaukee Rep the perfect platform to build on the amazing 71-year-old artistic legacy of this great company. This beautiful, innovative, state-of-the-art new theater complex, perfectly placed where it should be in downtown Milwaukee, in the theater district, will offer us an even greater opportunity to attract some of the most extraordinary actors, writers, and theater practitioners to our beautiful city and company.
Again, Clements addressing the sold-out crowd for this first ever. It's nicey.
Is it?
It's
good.
really
I was going to
nice.
ask.
There's so many new spaces where you can be comfortable. I chatted with the bartender for a moment who had an actual bar. Instead of like some rollout kiosk that they have. I'm like, you enjoying these? He's like, oh yes. I don't have to pull this. I don't have to, like it's just so much better situated to serve today's modern theater audience. And then the seats and the space and the sound. It was just wonderful night. Next big show will open in November. That's the musical Come From Away at Milwaukee Repertory Theater. 6:38 on Wisconsin's Morning News.
There's a lot of noise coming out of Washington these days, but one thing retirees in Wisconsin can't afford to ignore is the new Big Beautiful Bill. Sounds harmless, right? But here's the truth. The changes buried in this bill could have a serious impact on your retirement. At Drake & Associates, we've dug into the details, and we want to make sure you know what's really at stake. The Big Beautiful Bill includes sweeping updates to tax brackets, Social Security thresholds, Medicare premiums, and retirement account rules. And for many retirees, it could mean higher taxes on your savings, more limits on deductions, and unexpected changes to your income plan. Maybe you're already retired, or maybe you're just a few years away. Either way, what you don't know could cost you thousands. That's why we're offering Wisconsin residents a free educational guide to help you understand how the new bill may impact retirees and questions to discuss with your trusted financial advisor. Just text the word tax to 414-897-9522. That's tax, T-A-X, to 414-897-9522. You'll get immediate access to expert insights from the team at Drake & Associates, retirement planners who have been serving Wisconsin for over 20 years. We focus on tax-efficient retirement planning, helping you keep more of your money, avoiding surprises, and staying ahead of the curve no matter what Congress throws your way. So before the Big Beautiful Bill takes a bite out of your hard-earned savings, let's make sure your plan is designed to help prepare for uncertainty. Text TAX to 414-897-9522. That's TAX to 414-897-9522. Drake & Associates, helping build retirement confidence right here in Wisconsin.
Drake & Associates LLC is an independent investment advisory firm that offers a variety of different investment vehicles. This commercial is provided for informational purposes only and should not be construed as individual investment advice. Drake & Associates LLC does not provide legal or tax advice. Past performance is not indicative of future performance.
Traffic is sponsored by the famous Fox & Hounds restaurant near Holy Hill.
Buy one dinner, get one free tonight at the historic Fox & Hounds Supper Club, including steak and lobster. And desserts are buy one, get one free. Tables are open, foxandhoundsrestaurant.com.
Debbie's got an update on your morning drive at 6:41.
Yep, looking pretty good for the most part. We do have one broken down vehicle on 41 southbound, just south of North Avenue. We do have delays on the northbound side from that point, from Mayfair Road all the way up to almost Capitol Drive. Southbound 41 is slowing down from the county line down to Good Hope Road, and westbound 94 tightening up just a bit right through the stadium interchange to about Mitchell Boulevard. I'm Debbie Lazaga with your WTMJ Time Saver Traffic.
The WTMJ 5-day forecast. For today, a slight chance for a few showers, otherwise mostly cloudy with highs in the upper 60s to near 70 degrees. Partly cloudy tonight with lows in the low to mid 50s. It's partly cloudy, a chance for some overnight showers on Tuesday, highs in the mid 60s, and we'll hold on to that chance of rain into the first part of our Wednesday, otherwise mostly cloudy with a high near 60. Partly cloudy for Thursday, slight chance for a few showers, highs in the mid 60s, and then we'll see some more sunshine mixed with clouds on Friday with highs near 70 degrees. I'm meteorologist Brendan Johnson with the Storm Team forecast on WTMJ.
61 in Milwaukee. 642, Wisconsin's Morning News this Monday morning. There is still movement, still conversation on a decision that will and has already begun to affect hundreds of thousands of people in southeast Wisconsin whose doctors and healthcare are through Ascension.
Happening today on Wisconsin's Morning News.
I have sourced information this morning that representatives from United Healthcare are meeting in person today with the bigs at Ascension as they try to hammer out an agreement that right now has left people insured through UHC unable in most cases to see their doctors at Ascension if they want to be covered in network with their insurance. United Healthcare dropped Ascension from its network October 1st. Two sides failing to arrive at a new contract. Their previous deal was 3 years. It expired on September 31st. So Ascension, as I've reviewed, includes St. Joseph in central Milwaukee, St. Mary's on the east side, the big hospital there, St. Francis, and several others, of course, clinics and physicians as well. And right now, for the most part, if you've got United Healthcare, you want to see your doctor who are with Ascension, it's considered out of network. So considerably more expensive to you. Full disclosure, United Healthcare is our insurance provider here at Good Karma Brands. United Healthcare, I'm told, is also the insurance provider for like City of Milwaukee municipal employees, Milwaukee Public Schools, like huge numbers of people, well beyond that as well here in southeast Wisconsin. So I reported earlier this month that statement from United Healthcare that indicated days after the deal expired that they did send a new proposal to Ascension. At the time, the good news was they were still talking, and there were still things going back and forth. I am told now from a source on the Ascension side that they have twice countered to that proposal and that there is an in-person meeting today as they work to try to hammer out an agreement. Another deadline looms, and that's open enrollment, which largely begins first of next month. It's kind of a sliding date depending on your employer.
It's always around this
factors.
time, right?
And that's when people start choosing their insurance coverage options. Now, if you're with an employer, you pretty much take it or leave it, right? But for Medicare, Medicaid, you can choose different options and all of those things. And so that date will continue to put pressure on these sides to get something done before that begins. I am also told that if these things don't work out and open enrollment is upon us with no new deal between Ascension and United Healthcare, then that would be a sign that things are not going to end well, or at least would not be over quickly. So next couple of weeks critical. Today, an in-person meeting on the issue. 644 on Wisconsin's Morning News.
Academic Mortgage is an equal housing lender. NMLSConsumerAccess.org, number 255368.
Don't settle for a flimsy bank pre-approval. Get the pre-approval listing agents and sellers recognized as better than the rest. The rock-solid guaranteed pre-approval from AccuNet. Get yours by clicking on the blue button at ACCUNET.com.
Vince Vitrano for Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. You know, sometimes teams take a timeout to regroup, make sure the right play is called. And when it comes to your home, it's Gina Della and her team at Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin coming up with that game-winning plan. You can check out the championship caliber play call this month. Here it is, a whole house of beautiful new energy-efficient Pella windows for as low as $297 a month. And you'll pay 0% interest on your financing for up to 60 months. So you've got a run and drive that keeps the chains moving, no penalties, no extra interest. And I can tell you that's certainly been the experience in the Vitrano Home Pella windows, standing up to the draft, beautifully functional, and look really nice in your house, too. You'll stay comfortable no matter how cold it gets outside. You'll get energy savings, the comfort, and a great monthly payment you can actually manage. It's why we trust Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin in our home. Why, for you, great time to get in and make your move. Call today. You can schedule your free in-home consultation. Actually get started online at PellaWI.com. Certain restrictions do apply, and the deal ends at the end of this month.
Time for an update from the Gruber Law Office's One Call, That's All Sports Desk.
The NLCS begins tonight, but first, a highlight from the game Saturday.
The pitch, Shanna, drive out to left. It is back. Happ at the track at the wall. Bye, baseball. Long live Andrew Vaughn. The Brewers take a 2-1 lead here in the fourth.
Yeah, and that was pretty much the difference.
Hail.
So the Brewers win on Saturday. Now they take on the mighty Dodgers starting tonight at AmFam Field. Blake Snell will be your starter for L.A.
They're really good, yeah. Like you said, they put the ball in play. So you make them swing at your pitches. You figure out what they're good at, what they're not good at. And I'll just tell you how to attack them. I can't say too much because, they're going to watch this. Or what you would intend that they would.
Yeah, so he didn't give us any more
Why
than
don't
that.
you tell us exactly how you plan to play the
Actually,
Brewers?
thought it was pretty funny, though. Snell wasn't going for the average Joe's thing. He's like, yeah, whatever. This team had the most wins in baseball. They're the best team. So.
And there are 4 teams left, and they're one of them. So,
Yeah, so like he wasn't going to go fall for that kind of stuff. So who's going to start for the Crew? Well, we still don't know. We know that Freddie's going to pitch tomorrow. So Peralta on the mound tomorrow. Maybe you do Priester. Maybe you do an opener again. Jacob Mizorowski may now be a starter again, whether it's today or not, who knows. But like he could start again in this series just because he's looked pretty good. Greg Matzek, after the celebrating on Saturday, asked him if there's a difference between starting and bullpen work.
Bullpen versus starter, how do you prepare differently? I think it's the same thing.
Okay, same thing.
Which you never hear from a pitcher. Like those guys are mental. Like in their preparation and their stuff and their routine and all their stuff. Like I think most pitchers would tell you, well, totally different. You know, I approach everything.
Yeah,
I don't know. I just go out there and throw the ball.
I think it's, I've always been short in the bullpens when I throw before a game, but, it's been good.
All right, so 7:08 first pitch tonight, 7:08 first pitch tomorrow, right here on WTMJ.
That was good-ish.
It's second down 7, and Jacobs, look it, right down the middle. Touchdown for the second time today, Josh Jacobs.
Packers running back Josh Jacobs, 93 yards rushing, 2 touchdowns in Sunday's 27-18 win over the Bengals. CBS Sports on the call. The defense good enough, but not great.
Well, I think, that would be nice to get a takeaway.
It would be nice if we can get a turnover here. Packers head coach Matt LaFleur crediting the work of quarterback Joe Flacco, acquired midweek by the Bengals, again on his defense, lack of forcing turnovers.
If we can do that, and there was opportunities out there, but I thought that was like the difference from really allowing us to put the game out of reach.
Can't say I ever felt like it was in doubt, but it's not the convincing win.
You wanted
right?
Throttle City.
Yes. Tausch's proclaimed Throttle City.
Yeah, wasn't quite like that.
So Arizona is up next. We've got them on the road. That's a 3:25 kick on Sunday. Week 6 in the NFL closes out tonight. 2 games left on the schedule.
The Bears are who we thought they were.
Chicago Bears, they are in Washington to face the Commanders. That's a 7:15 kick. An hour earlier, another one of these doubleheaders. Buffalo at Atlanta. The Bills trying to bounce back from their first loss of the season against the Falcons. Chiefs beat the Lions 30-17 on Sunday night. And Badgers volleyball suffered their first Big Ten loss of the season at Penn State Friday. Bounce back for a 3-set sweep of Maryland on Sunday. Badgers Sports Update sponsored by Siding Unlimited. It's siding and a whole lot more.
Does your bathroom belong in a haunted house? Or maybe it's just time for a refresh. WTMJ and Sidex are back with the Beautiful Bathroom Contest. One lucky listener will win a tub or shower conversion valued up to $10,000. It's easy. Snap a pic of your scary shower, terrifying tub, or even just one you're tired of. And enter now at WTMJ.com. Sidex makes it easy to go from fright to fabulous.
Hey, WTMJ's Erik Bilstad here, reminding you to subscribe to the Wisconsin's Morning News Podcast. We update it every day with every interview, every segment, every bit we do on the show.
Wait, we don't do bits on the show.
The Miz.
TikTok Jack, we call him. It was pretty good.
Shout out to Thomas Mosier. Thank you for the ticket, Thomas.
All right, maybe we do some bits.
You should on me again. You did. You should on me.
Dang it.
Try not to should on me.
Be sure you subscribe to the Wisconsin's Morning News Podcast, presented by Tri-County Contracting.
6:51. How are the roads, Deb?
A little bit backed up. Westbound 94, you're seeing delays from 27th Street to Mitchell Boulevard. The eastbound side just coming out of the stadium interchange. Northbound 41, just before Mayfair Road, you start to hit the brakes all the way up towards Capitol Drive. Southbound side still heavy from the county line to Good Hope Road as usual. And then northbound on 94, we're starting to see some delays now coming up from about Edgerton into the Mitchell interchange. I'm Debbie Lazaga with your WTMJ Time Saver Traffic.
Your forecast, presented by Dave Drake Camping. Your comfort is their family's tradition. Slight chance for rain, otherwise cloudy. We are looking at a little bit of rain moving through the area. High of 67. Tonight, partly cloudy, 53. Tuesday, still a chance for showers and a high of 64. Right now in Milwaukee, 61 degrees.
Milwaukee Admirals will open their home season this weekend at UWM Panther Arena amid an ongoing debate, plenty of angst, that the Wisconsin Center District wants to tear the place down, along with the Miller High Life Theater next door.
There is no plan, there is no discussion about demolishing either or both of those buildings.
That is the president and CEO of the Wisconsin Center District, Marty Brooks. He's trying to dump water on that fire. And he joined us on Wisconsin's Morning News for his first really extended comments since the revelation of a study that actually was commissioned back in spring, but was only first reported on really in the last several weeks. The study is underway. It's commissioned by the district on best uses for those properties. In fairness to those wondering what's up, I mean, you don't ask to study the long-term future of the theater, of the arena, if you're not at least wondering, right, whether they're viable facilities moving forward. The theater is grossly underutilized. The arena is 70 years old. Brooks reiterating to us, however, this is mere due diligence, not a predetermined outcome of any conversations. Otherwise, those are premature.
Making assumptions of the outcome that are just incorrect. There have been no assumptions made. There's been no direction given to the research organization other than look at our market, look at other markets, and what are the opportunities that could possibly be pursued if they were supported.
So it has been suggested publicly by Milwaukee Alderman Bob Bauman, who is on the Wisconsin Center District Board, that Brooks already knows what he wants to hear. And that is we should tear the buildings down and make way for a giant convention center hotel. Now, the back end of that, Brooks told us he would like to see not so much the tearing the buildings down, but he would like a quote-unquote convention center hotel.
Our market has a very attractive convention center. Baird Center has gotten us worldwide attention, and we're seeing events and people looking at Milwaukee that never did. The challenge that we have is that most conventions want a headquarters hotel, which means they want all or most of their delegates staying in one place. That's currently not what we can do with the hotel package in the city.
Right, they can't be the Hilton?
It's not large enough. It's got the 475 now, and they're taking 175 to become the mark. But no hotel is ever going to give us 100% of their inventory. A convention center hotel, we would hope to enter into an agreement, we, the CVB, Visit Milwaukee and us, where they committed a percentage, say 80%, some high number of their inventory to us, the convention business.
I thought that was interesting. I mean, you've got the Hyatt that's connected via Skywalk to the convention center. You have the Hilton across the way connected via Skywalk to the convention center. Yep. Like, I just would have thought, aren't those quote unquote convention center hotels? Mm-hmm. And Brooks is saying, well, okay, only if they would be willing to give us every room for some of these larger conventions where you're bringing in thousands of people, and you can't expect them to do that.
And that's really difficult to do.
Yeah, and the other thing, I was told by someone within the Wisconsin Center District that some of these large conventions, they're dealing with up to 30 hotels as they try to book their guests' stay and all that, which they don't want to do. Okay, fair enough. Now, despite that desire, Brooks says the convention center hotel doesn't have to be on one of these sites that are currently occupied by the theater and the arena. He's asking for everybody to wait and see what the study says.
My expectation is the study will be revealed. It will create all kinds of speculation, all kinds of points of view, which is terrific because we need to have those discussions. Doing anything in the city requires it to be thoughtful and integrate within the entire community. So could it get chaotic in January? Absolutely, but that's okay. Let's have healthy discussions about the future of our city.
Another possibility is that the study shows, you should, it'd be great to have a hotel on these properties, tear the things down or whatever, and they don't decide to do that. Like, just because the study says this is what we see here doesn't mean they have to do that. It's not binding.
A lot of it comes down to money, right? I mean, ultimately, it's how much do you want to spend to sustain these buildings?
And then the tenants as well. Like, what value do we have from the Admirals remaining here in Milwaukee, for example, or the Wave having a place to play, or UWM being able to play downtown as opposed, like, that brings value outside of whatever dollars come into the Wisconsin Center District.
But there's no obligation from the Wisconsin Center District to find a home for those
also true.
Tenants.
So that's the chaos that Brooks references there. The study is due out in January. Brooks also denied pursuing any influence over the results, as was also suggested by Alderman Bauman. So for now, that's where the conversation stands. Expect it all to ramp up January results of that study. 6:57 on Wisconsin's Morning News.
WTMJ, W277CV, and WKTI HD2 Milwaukee from the Annex Wealth Management Studios. This is News Radio WTMJ, a Good Karma brand station.
At Boucher, we don't just sell cars, we build careers.
For over 45 years, Boucher has been Wisconsin's trusted name in automotive excellence, and today we're growing faster than ever.
Whether you're an experienced professional or just starting out, Boucher is hiring across all departments: sales, service, finance, and more.
Enjoy industry-leading pay, unbeatable benefits, paid training, and a workplace that truly values you. Join the Boucher family, where we ride with you every mile, and your future rides with us. Apply today at Boucher.com.
Hurry in and save big money now at Menards. Improve your home's appearance with a new Ideal garage door. Choose from our large in-stock selection or design your own using our free Garage Door Designer. In-store or online. Save big on Ideal garage doors. And don't forget to check out our weekly flyer on Menards.com for all the great deals happening now.
Save big money at Menards.
Hey, WTMJ's John Mercure here. My wife recently had a major accident that involved her back. I felt blessed and lucky because Orthopedic Hospital of Wisconsin is on our side. She's on the way to healing. They've got the best imaging and best doctors, the best systems, and the best way of taking care of you. They've got experts when it comes to things like shoulders, knees, and hips. And it's not always surgery. Orthopedic Hospital of Wisconsin will take care of you from beginning to end. Go to their website, OHOW.com, OHOW.com. Request an appointment. Orthopedic Hospital of Wisconsin.
With Amazon Business, smart business buying tools enable buyers to find and purchase items fast. Free up your teams and focus on your future. Learn more at AmazonBusiness.com.
For WTMJ contest rules, visit WTMJ.com/contests. The best team in baseball taking on the defending champs.
And the Brewers have a date with the Dodgers. Uribe deals to Carson Kelly, swinging a bouncer to short. Ortiz has it, and the Brewers are going to the championship series.
Our radio network game day cover starts tonight at 6:30. October runs through the home of the Brewers. News Radio 620, WTMJ, Milwaukee.
Just ahead of 7 o'clock, I'm Vince Vitrano on Wisconsin's Morning News. Monday, October 13th, our top story. President Trump, as we speak, addressing Parliament in Jerusalem.
I'm Erik Bilstad. Buckle up, Brewers fans. The NLCS begins tonight.
I'm Debbie Lazaga, northbound on 41, tightening up from before Mayfair Road all the way up past Burleigh. Southbound side still around that curve to Good Hope Road's going to be a little bit tight. Westbound 94, we're backing up from 35th Street to Mitchell Boulevard. Eastbound slowing down just before Hawley Road all the way out to about 35th Street. The only other heavy spot's going to be northbound on 94 heading into the Mitchell Interchange. I'm Debbie Lazaga with your WTMJ Time Saver Traffic.
We have some shower activity in southeast Wisconsin, primarily north of Milwaukee at the moment. That should be moving out by later this morning. Then skies turning mostly cloudy with a high of 67. Partly cloudy overnight with a low down to 53. Right now it's 61. And from the WTMJ Breaking News Center, President Trump right now in Israel addressing that nation's parliament as the remaining hostages have been released by Hamas.
The president celebrated that this day has finally come when the hostages would be freed.
We gather on a day of profound joy, of soaring hope.
But reflected on the past and called what happened on October 7th
one of the most evil and heinous desecrations of innocent life the world has ever seen.
And he looked towards the future and said generations from now,
this will be remembered as the moment that everything began to change and change very much for the better.
Stacey Lynn reporting from CBS News there.
Meanwhile, federal workers will start to feel the financial pinch of the government shutdown this week. CBS correspondent Torian Small.
October 15th is the next government payday. And as it stands right now, federal employees nationwide are set to receive a reduced paycheck because that shutdown happened 2 days after working in this pay period. This could be the last paycheck they receive until the government reopens.
The Senate remains in recess for the federal holiday today, Columbus Day, as they return to Washington tomorrow.
Illinois Governor J.B. Pritzker saying that he is not worried about President Trump's threat to prosecute him for pushing back on the deployment of 500 National Guard troops to Chicago and suburbs.
Lawsuits by Pritzker and others that blocked the deployment angered the president, but the governor says he isn't concerned.
The fact that he's made a threat against me, I'm not afraid. I'm going to stand up for the people of my state.
Pritzker said Trump may make good on his threat to go after him, but he said, "Come and get me, Mr. President." Christopher Cruz, CBS News.
Here at home, a woman dead on Milwaukee's south side after someone hit her with a rock.
The battery happened near 23rd and Ramsey Avenue around 2 p.m. on Sunday, where police say the suspect struck a 64-year-old in the head with a stone. The victim died of blunt force trauma at the scene. Milwaukee police arrested the 29-year-old suspect. Charges will be referred to the district attorney's office. Police have not yet named the victim or the suspect. Jessica Gatso, WTMJ News.
Milwaukee's Mitchell Park Domes, known for their flora, also home to fauna. Executive Director Krista Beal-Diefenbach telling WTMJ more animals are part of the Dome's Reimagined plan.
One of the things I haven't talked very much about publicly, one of the things we're going to do is have an insectarium. So there will be opportunities for kids to see different types of insects of the world and experience that piece of our ecosystem and understand why, insects are actually really important.
Beal-Diefenbach, in her conversation with WTMJ's Libby Collins, also says new amenities are all part of a business model as the Domes look toward a post-restoration future.
It all starts tonight for the Brewers and the Brewers fans. After a big playoff win for the first time in 7 years, the Brewers are now ready to face the Dodgers in the NLCS. Game 1 tonight.
After the final pitch Saturday evening, Brewers fans were more than ready to continue their postseason journey. Fans such as Jeff Sikich have been watching the franchise since they started here in Milwaukee in 1970.
Since the Brewers came here, I have never missed a playoff game or a World Series game. I'm kind of addicted, if you will.
Sikich says the love he and his son have for the team go beyond Wisconsin.
My son drove all the way up from Cincinnati to go to this last game with me.
Shaw Brinda, WTMJ News.
So games 1 and 2 are tonight and tomorrow night at AmFam Field. First pitch at 7:08 for both games. You can hear it all right here on WTMJ Radio.
The Brewers' playoff run, not just good for fans and all of us excited, but local businesses raking in as well. Milwaukee Business Journal editor-in-chief Timothy Gibbons on WTMJ.
My mind first goes to how cool it is to have the team go on like that. But what is that impact? And it's obviously, it's great for the bars and restaurants, but there almost is a bigger halo effect sort of thing. Game day obviously has an economic impact, but I think there is a thing when your sports team is doing well, it does just create a little more excitement that does sometimes end up showing up in the bottom line.
Not for nothing, but right when you feel good, let me get that round of drinks. Okay, you want to stay for another? Everything feels better, doesn't it? Coverage of Game 1 begins tonight at 6 p.m. with Brewers warm-up right here on your home of the Brewers, WTMJ.
Coming up, a climate tipping point?
Outdoor Living Unlimited, WTMJ News Time, 7:05.
Wisconsin Harley-Davidson's filling up your fall calendar. Join them Sunday, October 19th for the Freedom 150 ride, celebrating 150 years of Economowalk and the U.S. Paralympic Wheelchair Curling Team. The ride starts at the dealership with stops at Open Road and West Bend Harley-Davidson, ending at Rally Point for a concert. And don't miss the early Halloween celebration, Saturday, October 25th at Wisconsin Harley-Davidson. Follow them on Facebook, Instagram, and at WISHD.com. Wisconsin Harley-Davidson, your destination dealer.
Hey, John Mercure here for Landworks Wisconsin, locally owned landscape company that's fantastic. I know because they're doing the work in my yard. From their crews to the design consultants to the admin team, they're going to take great care of you when you're taking care of your home or your business. Joe, the guy working at my house, made a good observation. He was out there the other day and said, hey, what about bulbs? They're beautiful in the spring. Think about getting on the schedule for the fall today. You want a beautiful yard next year? You need to put some work into it this year. They are the real deal. LandworksWisconsin.com. Check it out. LandworksWisconsin.com.
Potential is like God's love. It lives within everyone and shows us that we are made for more. At Aug Prep, faith ignites excellence in academics, the arts, athletics, and every aspect of our lives. Students don't just realize their full potential, we learn to soar. The #1 K-12 school in Milwaukee is expanding to the North Shore and is now enrolling grades K4 through 6th and 9th. Aug Prep North, made for more. Apply today at augprep.org.
Brewers fans, it's time to rally. Join us Thursday night for an NLCS Game 3 watch party, presented by Potawatomi Hotel and Casino and sponsored by Surfside. Catch every pitch, every swing, and every big moment with the Hometown Call, broadcasting live inside the Potawatomi Sportsbook Annex. Enjoy great food, cold drinks, and the electric energy of Brewers fans coming together as the crew fights for another postseason win. It all happens Thursday night at 7 o'clock, the Game 3 watch party, live from the Potawatomi Sportsbook Annex. 620 WTMJ is your home for Brewers baseball.
Steinhafels is celebrating 91 years with big savings on furniture and mattresses. As a 100% employee-owned company, you'll always get honest service and trusted quality. Don't miss the celebration. Shop Steinhafels in-store or online at steinhafels.com.
Outdoor Living Unlimited, WTMJ News Time 7:07.
The Brewers have announced their Game 2 starter. So what about Game 1? Sports at 7:15.
Former New York Jets quarterback and football analyst Mark Sanchez is speaking out following his arrest.
Sanchez was pepper sprayed and stabbed during the altercation, while Toll's attorneys claim in a civil lawsuit that Toll suffered severe permanent disfigurement, loss of function, other physical injuries, and emotional distress and other damages. Sanchez left the hospital yesterday and was booked for felony battery, which could carry up to 6 years in prison if he's convicted.
ABC's Faith Abube. So Sanchez was stabbed in self-defense after prosecutors say he attacked a man in Indianapolis.
And some of last week's Nobel Prize winners warning that the U.S. will suffer if the Trump administration does not restore research funding to several universities.
UC Berkeley professor John Clark says he would not have won the Nobel Prize for physics without the help of federal funding. He says even if President Trump or the next president restores the funding,
it may take a decade to get back to where we were, say, half a year ago.
His fellow UC Berkeley professor Omar Yagi, who won the Nobel Prize for chemistry, says American scientists need the money to compete with other countries.
Our science is a jewel in the crown of our country. So we cannot allow that to slip.
Michael Wallace, CBS News.
A new report says coral reefs have become the first environmental system on Earth to pass a climate tipping point.
Researchers say that the world may have passed its first global tipping point of climate change, as widespread mortality of warm water coral reefs, damaged due to warming temperatures, are likely lost and unable to recover. The second Global Tipping Points report, published out of the University of Exeter, did have some positive news that a good tipping point has also been crossed as more countries adopt renewable energy and electric vehicles on a larger scale. Tracy Wolf, CBS News.
Coming up, President Trump still, he's got to be close to an hour now addressing the parliament in Israel. We'll dip into that live next on Wisconsin's Morning News.
News is brought to you by American Republic Insurance Services. Be informed, be smart, be secure. Annual enrollment is on the way. Whether you're gearing up for retirement or already there, American Republic Insurance Services is here to help you navigate your health and life insurance options with confidence. They'll walk you through every step so you can make smart, secure choices and protect your legacy. And remember, protect yourself from scams by working with a trusted local agent. Call them today at 262-523-1440. American Republic Insurance Services. Be informed, be smart, be secure.
There's no better place to catch the natural wonders of fall than Lake Geneva. Stroll a lakeshore path in a kaleidoscope of color. Explore winding rustic roads. Take a scenic boat tour or glide through a forest on a zip line. At night, stargaze from a historic observatory, cozy up to a campfire, or have a cocktail on the patio. Enjoy the seasonal bounty at orchards, wineries, and farms with flavors to savor. Plan your fall getaway now at visitlakegeneva.com. Lake Geneva. It's always been the place for fall fun.
Find furniture for life from Ken Michaels Furniture in Brookfield, Greenfield, or downtown Milwaukee.
7:11 on Wisconsin's Morning News. Debbie's got an update on the roads.
Eastbound 94, starting to see a little bit more of a slowdown from 76th Street all the way into the Stadium interchange. Westbound's just a little bit slow in the Stadium interchange itself. Northbound 43 and southbound both looking really good at this point. Northbound 41, though, is backing up a bit from Mayfair Road all the way up to Burleigh. Southbound really kind of hitting the brakes from the county line all the way down to Good Hope Road. I'm Debbie Lazaga with your WTMJ Time Saver Traffic.
The WTMJ 5-day forecast. For today, a slight chance for a few showers, otherwise mostly cloudy with highs in the upper 60s to near 70 degrees. Partly cloudy tonight with lows in the low to mid 50s. It's partly cloudy, a chance for some overnight showers on Tuesday, highs in the mid 60s, and we'll hold on to that chance of rain into the first part of our Wednesday, otherwise mostly cloudy with a high near 60. Partly cloudy for Thursday, slight chance for a few showers, highs in the mid 60s, and then we'll see some more sunshine mixed with clouds on Friday with highs near 70 degrees. I'm meteorologist Brendan Johnson with the Storm Team forecast on WTMJ.
Milwaukee at 61.
Live from the Annex Wealth Management Studios at the Avenue in downtown Milwaukee, this is Wisconsin's Morning News. Here are your hosts, Vince Vitrano and Erik Bilstad.
7:12 on a Monday morning, celebration and optimism in the Middle East. Friends and relatives of one of the surviving hostages returned today by Hamas. Hostage Families Forum sharing that celebration. Remains of hostages who've died since they were abducted more than 2 years ago also set to be returned.
Happening today.
In fact, happening right now. President Trump is in Israel. He is addressing the Knesset, the parliament there in Israel. Do we still have that live, E? Can we? All right, this is the president now live.
We are going to have hope, harmony, opportunity, and happiness here in the spiritual and geographic center of the entire world. That's what you are. Israel, America, and all of the nations of the Middle East will soon be safer, stronger, greater, and more prosperous than ever before.
The president has been speaking for about an hour now before the parliament there in Israel. He is planning to go next to Egypt. He has meetings today with the Egyptian president, leaders from more than a dozen other countries on the next big piece, which would be a full Israeli withdrawal from Gaza and, in the short term, humanitarian aid for the suffering people there.
What's going to need to happen for the international community is get the humanitarian supplies in and then begin to think about how do the Israelis begin to withdraw. But lots of things have to go in place, hopefully getting those humanitarian supplies in now.
That's former U.S. State Department official and ABC News contributor Steve Ganyard. And then filling the void of leadership long term. What does the governance of that land look like? All of these questions laid out in the Trump 20-point peace plan, but unclear right now, which point are we on? The most important was, at least in the short term,
get the hostages.
Get the hostages. And all remaining living hostages are said to have been returned at some point earlier today. The president, at times in his speech before the Israeli parliament, lots of standing ovations, a lot of smiling. There's been some joking. You can see we've got the speech up on a couple of screens here and watching the reaction from everyone in Parliament. It is a historic day there in Israel. What comes next? The president in Egypt later today. 7:14 on Wisconsin's Morning News.
Did you know, according to research, a majority of people gain their weight back after stopping those expensive weight loss shots? Don't become another statistic. The doctor-developed Milwaukee weight loss program doesn't just help you lose weight, it helps you keep it off for good. We've helped thousands of people lose up to 10 to 20% of their body weight in just 8 weeks and maintain the results long-term. No more yo-yo dieting or weight regain. Visit MilwaukeeWeightLoss.com now to schedule your free consultation.
Hey, it's WTMJ's Steve Scavidi here. After a summer in the maintenance phase, feeling great, looking great. I'm back in reduction mode with the goal to lose 10 more pounds with Milwaukee Weight Loss. That means I'll have lost 50 pounds, yes, 50 pounds since January. The best part, none of the intense workouts, none of the meals, kits, or shakes, no meds, no injections. Many patients see 20 to 30 pounds. I saw 40 plus come off in just a month or two. You can do it. I did it. Book your free consultation today at 262-393-2334 or online at MilwaukeeWeightLoss.com.
At Advent, we help sleep apnea sufferers avoid the CPAP machine by getting your nose and throat working with our unique Advent approach that you won't find elsewhere.
Time for an update from the Gruber Law Office's One Call, That's All Sports Desk.
You want to hear it again? Sure you do.
Uribe deals to Carson Kelly. Swinging a bouncer to short. Ortiz has it. And the Brewers are going to the championship series. They take 3 of 5 from the Chicago Cubs.
The NLCS begins tonight at AmFam Field, and what a celebration it was over the weekend. Our guy, GM Matt Arnold, chatting with WTMJ's Greg Matzik.
It's incredible. I mean, it's a little torturous, but like we work our whole lives for this stuff, and then you get to a moment like this, and it's just so special.
So now comes the harder part. You got to beat the Dodgers. It starts with Blake Snell. He will be on the mound tonight for L.A., and he says he's not buying this, we're just average guys here in Milwaukee.
It's a really good lineup. I'm not falling for the average Joes that they're not. I never once thought, they got the best record in the NL. They're a really good team.
So it'll be Snell tonight. Yamamoto will pitch for the Dodgers tomorrow. For the Brewers, it's Freddie Peralta tomorrow, but we don't know who the starter is yet tonight. Maybe it's an opener, then it's Quinn Priester. Maybe you use someone else as well. Maybe Priester just takes it right out of the gate. There are options there. Jacob Mizorowski will likely get some time, whether it's not today. He spoke with Greg as well.
The feeling in the clubhouse after the game, obviously a lot of work to be done yet, but what's it feel like to kind of clear that next hurdle?
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. I think it's, everyone excited, but at the same time, you realize that there's still work to be done.
So game 1 and 2 are tonight and tomorrow, 7:08, both days, right here in Milwaukee, and you can hear it all right here on WTMJ Radio.
Packers begin this week preparing for Arizona. The Cardinals lost to the Colts on Sunday. Colts are 5-1. The Colts are 5-1, I said. Green Bay, enough to get the job done against the Bengals Sunday.
Fake to Jacobs. It's off to the tight end. Kraft galloping inside. Touchdown.
CBS Sports on the call. Tucker Kraft finishing off that catch for one of 3 Packers touchdowns on the day. 27-18 the final. Quarterback Jordan Love, 259 yards passing, 1 touchdown, 1 interception.
I thought he played his ass off.
Head coach Matt LaFleur on Love's play. Number 1 draft pick Matthew Golden. Looked like he had a nice game. Actually, I thought he had more than 3 catches. I guess they used him in the running game a little bit.
Yep.
So
he had a really nice catch on the sideline.
Really nice. And that cat is fast. Coach loves him and asked if they're going to try to work harder to get him even more involved.
It's just is what it is, guys. I know everybody wants us to force feed guys the ball, but that's really not how we've done it around here, and I don't plan on changing that.
Pick your storyline, too. You also had kicker Lucas Havrasik, who last kicked for the Dallas Renegades. Everybody knows the Renegades. They're in the United Football League.
Oh, yeah.
That's what that dude did last. 2 field goals, 3 extra points. And the Packers get the win. We are on the road next, 3:25 kick Sunday in Glendale, Arizona. Chiefs beat the Lions 30-17 Sunday night. And a Monday Night Football doubleheader to close out Week 6 in the National Football League. 6:15 kickoff for the Bills and Falcons. That game is in Atlanta. And of greater interest for Packers fans, the Bears are in Washington facing the Commanders. Bears trying to get off to a 3-2 start and keep pace in the division. That game kicks off at 7:15. Badgers volleyball quickly with a 3-set sweep of Maryland on Sunday. Badgers coming off getting swept by Penn State on Friday. Badgers sports updates are sponsored by Siding Unlimited. It's siding and a whole lot more.
When your car or truck needs service, you should take it to a specialist. I'm Deb Cruz, president of the Auto Dealers Association of Mega Milwaukee. Adam member new car dealers have factory warranted parts, the latest diagnostic equipment, and certified manufacturer technicians. Plus, their prices are low or lower than independent shops, even on routine things like oil changes and tire service. Knowing all that, why would you ever consider going anywhere other than an Adam member dealer?
Connect Chiropractic for anxiety. Vince Vitrano here for Connect Chiropractic. I started seeing Dr. Alex Young and his team years ago, but that was just because my back hurt. But there are plenty of other benefits to chiropractic care. And I was talking with one of my fellow patients the other day. Her name's Aubrey, and she shared with me she struggled with severe anxiety through her life and tried everything. Finally sought relief at Connect Chiropractic. No twisting, no cracking, no popping. Docs use a special tool to get your spine aligned and your entire nervous system functioning properly. And for Aubrey, that has meant weeks into her care, relief from that anxiety. And she says she's getting better all the time. Tell them Vinny sent you. Connect Chiropractic in Delafield, Wauwatosa, and now Oak Creek. Go connectchiro.com.
Gene Miller here for my friends at Hometown Windows and Doors. It goes fast. Winter is right around the corner. Hometown Windows and Doors will help you keep the warmth in and the cold out with energy-efficient windows and doors from top brands like Pella, Marvin, and Anderson. Hometown is here for you. They listen. Hometown will help you find the products for your home, your budget, and your style. Visit their beautiful showroom in New Berlin today. Hometown Windows and Doors. That's Hometown with an E for your every window and door need. HometownWindows.com.
The best team in baseball taking on the defending champs.
And the Brewers have a date with the Dodgers.
The Brewers host the Dodgers in Game 1 of the NLCS.
Uribe deals to Carson Kelly, swinging a bouncer to short. Ortiz has it, and the Brewers are going to the championship series.
Our radio network game day cover starts tonight at 6:30. October runs through the home of the Brewers. WTMJ.
Debbie's got an update on your morning drive.
Yep, we've got some delays along eastbound 94 coming in from 92nd Street all the way through the Stadium interchange. The westbound side's backed up. Actually, no. Quick tap on the brakes in the Stadium interchange, but other than that, it looks great. We've got southbound on 41 slowing down from just south of Main Street in Menominee Falls, and that's going to be heavy all the way down to Good Hope Road. We've got a couple of broken down vehicles right about at where Main Street meets up with 41, so just something to keep in mind. Southbound 43 now starting to get a bit heavier from just south of Good Hope Road down towards Bender. I'm Debbie Lazago with your WTMJ Time Saver Traffic.
WTMJ forecast brought to you by Dave Drake Camp Heating, where your comfort is their family's tradition. High of 67 degrees today. We do have some shower activity this morning. Moving into Waukesha, Washington, Ozaukee counties at the moment. That should make its way out of here. They're mostly cloudy, high of 67. Low down to 53 tonight. Partly cloudy with a chance of afternoon or evening showers on Tuesday. Tuesday's high 64. Right now at 53.
Come with me now.
7:23 on Wisconsin's Morning News.
Happy Monday!
It's time to look at the week ahead.
What a Monday morning.
All right, well, we'll start with this. On the day we start a new week, the week ahead. Today is Indigenous Peoples Day or Columbus Day. So there's always questions about whether or not the banks are open or whether or not the post office will be doing different things and whether or not you'll get mail. And some of the banks are closed today. And the post office looks like you can't get retail stuff, but they might still actually send something out according to the website. So we'll see. It's kind of like it's a unique holiday, so it's not the same for everybody. The markets are open today. We should say that. You good?
Well, it's like nobody knows what to do with it because Columbus Day has fallen out of favor in many circles.
Yes.
Indigenous Peoples Day has risen up, and a lot of folks are like, what is that?
What do we say, and how do you say it, and all that stuff. Anyway, the markets are open.
Why don't you just tell me if the markets are open?
Yeah. Moving on to the Brewers. Okay, so Game 1 of the NLCS against the Dodgers is tonight. Game 2 is tomorrow night. Both of those games are here at home at AmFam Field. All right, so 7:08 first pitch for both of those. Game 3 is Thursday in L.A. That's a 5:08 start. 5:08 start on Thursday, so keep that in mind. Game 4 is Friday. Game 5, if necessary, is Saturday. Both of those are evening affairs. And both of those games are in L.A. So they don't come back to Milwaukee until Game 6 if necessary. So it goes 2-3-2. Got it? 2-3-2.
I got it.
All right. Good. Just want to make sure because everyone's going to be asking about that. So a motion hearing in the civil case against Maxwell Anderson gets underway today. Anderson is convicted of killing Sade Robinson during a date. He's being sued by the family now. That'll be a Zoom motion hearing today. The government shutdown rolls on, and the Senate not even in Washington at the moment because of Columbus Day or Indigenous Peoples Day. So,
tomorrow, right?
So anything that gets done won't happen today. Meanwhile, the U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics will bring some furloughed employees back to work so it can publish the inflation report for September. Now, that according to the White House. Not sure which day that's going to be. It's unclear if it's going to be on Wednesday as originally scheduled, but that is something they're going to do. They're going to bring some people back in for that. Milwaukee County, the Budget Finance Committee will consider the budget proposal on Wednesday. Lots in that budget proposal, including what to do with some of the MCTS buses and that kind of thing. At the movies.
You are not entitled to any information about me and my life.
Yeah, after the hunt, Julia Roberts is back. Julia Roberts portrays a college professor facing a crisis when a student accuses a colleague, leading her to confront a haunting secret from her past. So she's got to pick sides, and she's investigating it, talking to the student, talking to her colleague, and
I was about to ask you about a bunch of different things in the plot line, and then I realized, okay, whatever, it's a movie. And I wouldn't expect you to know all of those things.
Yes, well, yeah, I don't. But the fact that
she's in the movie.
Yeah, and she's cranking on movies. Always a fan of Julia Roberts. The big T1D walk is Saturday in Greenfield Park. That's for type 1 diabetes. Get to be part of that, so I'm always proud of that. So I'll see you there, Vince. Thank you for all your attention and time on that.
I'll throw in.
I know you do. I'm teased. You're always very good about that. Really appreciate that. It is 7:27. That is the week ahead on Wisconsin's Morning News.
News about your money, WTMJ Annex Wealth Management Market Update. The Dow Jones Industrial Average has some work to do today. Friday closed down more than 800 points, 879 points to 45,480. The NASDAQ was off 3.5% to 22,204. S&P 500 was down more than 2.5% at 6553. Financial planning at every level. Annex Comprehensive Wealth, Annex Private Client, Annex Ignite. Details at annexwealth.com. Welcome to The Knowledge Brokers, a weekly feature covering the dynamics of the insurance market and how it affects Wisconsin businesses and residents, sponsored by the original knowledge broker, R&R Insurance. Joining me today, Jeff Salazinski, Executive Vice President of Insurance Operations. Jeff, let's talk about employee benefits today. R&R Insurance provides employee benefits to all of us here at Good Karma Brands. Great program. So when it comes to benefits, what are some of the signs for business owners that they are with the wrong provider?
That's a great question, Vince. Given that employee benefits are a company's second or third largest expense, and it impacts the company's greatest asset, their employees, selecting the right insurance partner is incredibly important. Most frequently, we see last-minute employee benefit renewal proposals, leaving you forced to make a quick decision without adequate information or data. Lack of a comprehensive open enrollment strategy. No ongoing communication plan with employees. You really need both to be successful. And cost is important too. A big increase in cost without an explanation is the biggest red flag.
So, Jeff, you have firsthand knowledge. There are some agencies that are not servicing business owners like they should be.
There are, Vince. R&R Insurance can help erase a bad agency experience. We'll use our strategy and expert resources to help you control costs and maximize the value of your employee benefit plan. Plus, we provide local management, service, and support all over the state.
So what else can R&R Insurance provide that sets you apart?
We help employers brand their benefit package in a customized, easy-to-understand fashion, taking out the complex and confusing nature of shopping for health insurance. More importantly, we'll manage and provide as much support as you need for your open enrollment and beyond. With our latest mobile technology, your employees will have easy, immediate access to benefits information for themselves and their families 24/7.
Thanks for the great info, Jeff.
At Uline, they know going the extra mile takes hard work. For companies pushing to go further, Uline will go the distance with you. 24/7, they answer the phone to get you the shipping and industrial supplies you need. Business can move fast. Unexpected large orders, adverse weather, new safety guidelines, and changing economic trends. Uline works hard keeping 41,000 items ready to ship, minimizing detours on your way to the extra mile. Visit uline.com.
Eastbound 94, we're looking at delays from just before 84th Street all the way through the stadium interchange. On the westbound side, just tightening up a bit right through the stadium itself. I'm Debbie Lazaga with your WTMJ Time Saver Traffic.
Chance of showers this morning on our way to a high of 67 degrees. Right now, Milwaukee at 60.
This is a special report from ABC News. I'm Brian Clark. A hero's welcome, a standing ovation for President Trump in the Israeli parliament, where he spoke after all 20 living hostages were released after more than 2 years in Hamas captivity.
We gather on a day of profound joy, of soaring hope, of renewed faith, and above all, a day to give our deepest thanks to the Almighty God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob.
He called the day the historic dawn of a new Middle East. Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu said,
"You are committed to this peace. I am committed to this peace. And together, Mr. President, we will achieve this peace.
And peace, the focus of a summit later today in Egypt. The president will serve as co-chair of the meeting of world leaders. Israel, meanwhile, has released a number of Palestinian prisoners as part of the first phase of this deal. This is ABC News.
Outdoor Living Unlimited, WTMJ News Time, 7:31.
From the WTMJ Breaking News Center, one person dead, another arrested on Milwaukee's south side after someone beat another person with a rock. This happened 23rd and Ramsey about 2 in the afternoon Sunday. Police say the suspect struck a 64-year-old in the head with a stone. The victim died at the scene. 29-year-old suspect in custody, charges pending.
The Milwaukee Fire Department needs safety upgrades, but the city isn't sure how to fund them. Milwaukee Mayor Cavalier Johnson's proposed budget includes $2 million for equipment replacement, but the total cost is estimated at $27 million. Fire Chief Aaron Lipsky says the ladder trucks just aren't faring well.
It's a self-supporting crane, basically, but we put human lives at the end of it, so it has to undergo UL testing. We just had 3 of our ladder trucks fail that UL test.
The National Fire Protection Association says fire engines and ladder trucks should not be more than 15 years old. About a half of Milwaukee's frontline vehicles will exceed that age by 2027.
Milwaukee Metropolitan Association of Commerce updating its approach to workforce development, with the group saying it's adapting goals to better fit today's business landscape. Milwaukee Business Journal editor-in-chief Timothy Givens on WTMJ.
The way that they laid it out to the membership was basically, if in Region of Choice 1 they had programs that were aimed at one type of employee, now they want to take those programs that are designed to help, say, employees grow into executives, and they want them to be something for all employees.
Givens says it's part of a broader move towards strengthening the Milwaukee workforce.
They've got the best record in baseball, but your Milwaukee Brewers are the underdogs headed into the NLCS against the Dodgers starting tonight.
Manager Pat Murphy putting the belief in his players, saying they've adopted that underdog mentality.
And they feel responsible for each other. And I don't want to let him down, my teammate. I want to do the job for him instead of, it's all about me. I got to do the job. I got to look good. No, I got to be responsible to him. So I think it's a teammate thing when you got young players.
The Crew have never won a title and made their only World Series appearance in 1982. The Dodgers seeking their 3rd title in the last 6 years. A 7:08 first pitch for Game 1 tonight at American Family Field. Neil Doyle, WTMJ News.
And it'll be all right here on WTMJ Radio.
Traffic sponsored by Mission 94 Firearms Education Center. Just Google Mission 94.
From those with no experience to firearms enthusiasts, all are welcome at Mission 94 Firearms Education Center. Learn the right way to handle firearms. Just Google Mission 94.
Coming up, a civility paradox.
This report brought to you by J&J Contractors. Visit jjcontractorsllc.com.
Ready to upgrade your home's exterior? Family owned and operated since 1983, J&J Contractors specializes in top quality windows, doors, and siding that enhance your home while increasing its value and energy efficiency. From modern vinyl siding to stylish fiberglass doors, and from double hung windows to sliding glass doors, they have the perfect solutions for your home. Contact them today for a free consultation. Just search online J&J Contractors or call 414-423-9200. J&J Contractors. Welcome home.
Brewers fans, it's time to rally. Join us Thursday night for an NLCS Game 3 watch party. Presented by Potawatomi Hotel and Casino and sponsored by Surfside. Catch every pitch, every swing, and every big moment with the Hometown Call. Broadcasting live inside the Potawatomi Sportsbook Annex. Enjoy great food, cold drinks, and the electric energy of Brewers fans coming together as the crew fights for another postseason win. It all happens Thursday night at 7 o'clock. The Game 3 watch party live from the Potawatomi Sportsbook Annex. 620 WTMJ is your home for Brewers baseball.
Does your bathroom belong in a haunted house? Or maybe it's just time for a refresh. WTMJ and Sidex are back with the Beautiful Bathroom Contest. One lucky listener will win a tub or shower conversion valued up to $10,000. It's easy. Snap a pic of your scary shower, terrifying tub, or even just one you're tired of. And enter now at WTMJ.com. Sidex makes it easy to go from fright to fabulous.
We see you out there doing things your way. So why shop the same retail giants as everyone else when you can find the same trusted products at unbeatable farm and fleet prices? Like 5-gallon Midwest can fuel cans, just $14.99. A 1.5 amp Schumacher battery maintainer, $27.99. All mobile Delvac 1 diesel oil starts at $15.99 after $10 rebate. Plus, we offer Blaine's best price promise, guaranteeing you the lowest price with us or we'll match it. Right here at Blaine's Farm and Fleet. Be an original.
I'm Brett Matchke, and you're due for service.
Richlands. Outdoor Living Unlimited, WTMJ News Time, 7:36.
So, Jacob Mizorowski, nice run in the playoffs here. We've been using him out of the bullpen. Is that what he wants in this next series, or would he prefer to be the starter? We'll hear from him at Sports at 7:45.
Americans are living through a civility paradox. Apparently.
Nearly all Americans see themselves as civil, but only a quarter see society as civil. That according to a new report from the IW Group.
We wanted to see if people are rude, if people are shouting and screaming, if they're really controlling the narrative, and we're seeing that that's true.
IW Group Chairman Bill Imada.
Every generation said, we are civil, we're respectful, we want to hear other points of view, but we don't trust other people to do that for us.
Stephen Kaufman, CBS News.
Well, I mean...
What do you make of this report?
I would like to think we're more civil than we are, but I'm not sure if that's always true.
I think we're less civil than we think, right?
Yeah.
This report brought to you by Steinhoffels. Visit them at steinhoffels.com.
Steinhoffels is celebrating 91 years of bringing style, comfort, and quality to Wisconsin homes. As a 100% employee-owned company, you'll always get honest service and no high-pressure sales. Find your perfect night's sleep with Steinhoffels Discover Your Sleep System, and let their decorating solutions experts help you design every room in your home. From the latest trends to trusted quality, Steinhoffels has everything you need to make your space feel like you. Celebrate 91 years of Steinhoffels. Shop in-store or online at steinhoffels.com.
Are you worried about running out of money in retirement? Wondering about how to pay less taxes? Join me, Tony Drake, for the Retirement Ready Show live every Saturday at noon and Sunday at 7 a.m. on WTMJ 620 or 103.3 FM. We'll talk about smart strategies to help you retire with confidence. Don't miss it.
Drake & Associates LLC is an independent investment advisory firm that offers a variety of different investment vehicles. This commercial is provided for informational purposes only and should not be construed as individual investment advice. Drake & Associates LLC does not provide legal or tax advice. Past performance is not indicative of future performance.
Box elders, Asian lady beetles, starting to see them pop up inside your home. They are looking for a winter place to stay, and your house looks good to them. Let's take care of it. Vince Vitrano for the Bugman and Queen Bee, your best in local pest defense. Just heard from the Bugman himself, and Adam says this is when they really like to have these treatments done to prevent those bugs from wintering in your walls. The other creepy crawlies, you could do spiders and centipedes and that other stuff. And there's room on the schedule for you now to get this treatment done. Just had both in the Vitrano home. We used to have these bugs all winter long crawling on the windows, see them on the crown molding right there in the sink. No more. Local, family, veteran-owned and operated, 20% off your first service when you tell them Vinny sent you. To the best in local pest defense. Bugman, queenbee.com.
Wisconsin Harley-Davidson's filling up your fall calendar. Join them Sunday, October 19th for the Freedom 150 ride, celebrating 150 years of Economowalk and the U.S. Paralympic wheelchair curling team. The ride starts at the dealership with stops at Open Road and West Bend Harley-Davidson, ending at Rally Point for a concert. And don't miss the early Halloween celebration, Saturday, October 25th at Wisconsin Harley-Davidson. Follow them on Facebook, Instagram, and at WISHD.com. Wisconsin Harley-Davidson, your destination dealer.
Checking in with Debbie here at 20 to 8.
Well, we got a couple of accidents now. One on 41 southbound at Burleigh. It is off on the right shoulder. And another one on the bypass heading northbound right about at the ramp from Oklahoma Avenue. That one does have the right lane blocked, so watch for those delays to start really kicking in. As far as delays are concerned on 41, southbound is going to be heavy from Main Street all the way down to Good Hope. Back on the brakes south of Appleton Avenue down towards Capitol Drive. Northbound is going to be backed up pretty much from Watertown Plank Road all the way up to the Burleigh area. I'm Debbie Lazago with your WTMJ Time Saver Traffic.
The WTMJ 5-day forecast. For today, a slight chance for a few showers, otherwise mostly cloudy with highs in the upper 60s to near 70 degrees. Partly cloudy tonight with lows in the low to mid 50s. It's partly cloudy, a chance for some overnight showers on Tuesday, highs in the mid 60s, and we'll hold on to that chance of rain into the first part of our Wednesday, otherwise mostly cloudy with a high near 60. Partly cloudy for Thursday, slight chance for a few showers, highs in the mid 60s, and then we'll see some more sunshine mixed with clouds on Friday with highs near 70 degrees. I'm meteorologist Brendan Johnson with the Storm Team forecast on WTMJ.
Milwaukee at 60 degrees.
Soaring hope, a renewed faith, and above all, a day to give our deepest thanks to the Almighty God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob.
President Trump addressing the Israeli parliament earlier this morning, about an hour ago, following Hamas's release of the remaining living hostages.
We're not going to go into a war, but if we do, we're going to win that war like nobody has ever won a war before.
So after visiting Israel, the president will now head to Egypt later today, where he and the Egyptian president are expected to lead a summit with more than 20 other countries. And the hope is to finalize an agreement to end this war in Gaza.
Those world leaders are going to discuss Trump's 20-point plan, which includes getting Hamas to disarm, discussing who will rebuild and govern a future Gaza, and yes, the possibility of a Palestinian state. There is a lot to discuss.
Yes, so there's a lot to do, a lot to discuss, and a lot to get through. That's ABC's James Longman, who's in Egypt already. How difficult will this process be? What all can actually get done sooner than later? We'll dissect some of that in the 8 o'clock hour.
And why this deal and not so many other attempts and so many other things that have been tried before, not just in this 2 years war, but in previous things, right?
Eons, it seems like.
What's
right?
different here is they're saying that you have international buy-in, or at least Middle East buy-in. So you got Turkey at the table. Egypt's a part of this. Qatar is a part of this. The Saudis, everybody sort of is on board with this peace plan and can apply pressure to Hamas. And the U.S. also being able to broker the deal and apply a little pressure to Israel, saying, we're done here. Like, this is the deal that we have. And also bringing Netanyahu to the table from Israel. And so the president spoke for almost an hour before Parliament. A lot of standing ovations. It is a joyous day there. And so we'll hear more of his remarks through the day and look next to his visit to Egypt that is just saw that there's some aircraft waiting to take him. I think a helicopter would take him to Air Force One. Air Force One has not yet left Jerusalem at the moment. No, they're in Tel Aviv. And so we're keeping an eye on that as the president is set next to go to Egypt. It is 7:44 on Wisconsin's Morning News.
Ooh, something smells good.
Let's see. Melt 2 sticks of butter and add sugar.
Ben, what are you doing?
I'm cooking Thanksgiving dinner.
What? It's way too early for that.
I know, Arvid, but I just can't wait to serve a big family meal on the Flay table from Penny Mustard.
Oh, I love the Flay table. The design is so sleek and simple, yet oh so perfect.
Mix in 2 cups of peanut butter and strained beets.
The Flay's strong Midwest craftsmanship means you'll be serving family feasts on this table for generations.
Half a cup of mayonnaise.
And it's expandable, so as your family grows, the Flay table grows too.
And just a dash of Tabasco.
Hold on. What recipe are you making?
Recipe? What's a recipe?
The Flay table with Kendall chairs, starting at just $287 a month, with no interest until October of 2027, through October 19th at Penny Mustard.
Showrooms in Milwaukee and Chicago.
PennyMustard.com.
Tastier versions of what people want.
Penny Mustard Furnishings.
Time for an update from the Gruber Law Office's One Call, That's All Sports Desk.
You want to highlight? Well, I can get you a highlight.
The pitch, Shanna, drive out to left. It is back. Happ at the track at the wall. Bye-bye, baseball. Long live Andrew Vaughn.
Okay.
Hail, hail.
I mean, he has been special.
Long live Andrew Vaughn.
God save Andrew Vaughn.
Yes, so game 1 of the NLCS is tonight at AmFam Field. Don't look now, but next round starts. Dodgers are in town, so Blake Snell will be your starter for the Dodgers.
They're really good, yeah. Like you said, they put the ball in play, so you make them swing at your pitches. You figure out what they're good at, what they're not good at, and I'll just tell you how to attack them. I can't say like too much because they're going to watch this. Or you would intend that they would.
Why don't you just tell me how you're going to pitch each batter?
So he's pitching tonight. Don't know who's pitching for the Crew. Freddie Peralta pitches tomorrow. So maybe it's Priester. Maybe you do some kind of combo platter again with an opener. What we do know is that apparently coming out of the bullpen isn't really that big of a deal. Jacob Mizorowski spoke about it with WTMJ's Greg Matzik after the game on Saturday.
Bullpen versus starter. How do you prepare differently?
I think it's the same thing.
Same thing.
I'm overjoyed to hear that because he's so young, but most pitchers you would expect to be like, wow, it's an entirely different thing. Your process is different. Your this is different. You sit out there in the bullpen during the game, like all that, and I just throw the ball.
I think it's, I've always been short in the bullpens when I throw before a game, but, it's been good.
Yeah, so it's been good.
Whatever.
So no word on what's going to happen with Miz, but we'll find out here, 3 hours before game time, what they will do. So games 1 and 2 at AmFam Field starting tonight, 7:08, first pitch. And then game 3 will be in L.A. That will be a 5:08 start on Thursday. Thursday, 5:08. So it's all right here on WTMJ Radio.
That was good-ish.
It's second down 7, and Jacobs, look at right down the middle. Touchdown for the second time today, Josh Jacobs.
That was good. The Packers running back Josh Jacobs, 93 yards rushing, 2 touchdowns in Sunday's 27-18 win over the Bengals. CBS Sports on the call there. Defense good enough, still not great.
Well, I think, that would be nice to get a takeaway.
It'd be nice if we could get a turnover. Packers head coach Matt LaFleur crediting the work of Joe Flacco, who was acquired midweek by the Bengals. Again, on his defense and the lack of forcing those turnovers.
If we can do that, and there was opportunities out there, but I thought that was like the difference from really allowing us to put the game out of reach.
Never really felt like it was in doubt, but just not the convincing win.
It got a bit close there at the end.
What is Tausch's Throttle City?
Throttle City.
Yeah, we wanted to live in Throttle City. We're not in Throttle City there.
No.
Arizona up next on the road, 3:25 kick on Sunday. Week 6 in the NFL closes out tonight. 2 games left on the schedule.
The Bears are who we thought they were.
Chicago Bears, they are in Washington to face the Commanders. That's a 7:15 kick. An hour earlier, Buffalo at Atlanta, with the Bills trying to bounce back from their first loss of the season against the Falcons. Chiefs beat the Lions 30-17 Sunday night. And Badgers volleyball suffered their first Big Ten loss of the season at Penn State Friday. Bounce back for a 3-set sweep of Maryland on Sunday. Badgers sports updates are sponsored by Siding Unlimited. It's siding and a whole lot more.
That Andrew Vaughn is one piece of... ESPN Wisconsin's Mark Tauscher for Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. When it comes to your home, the smart play is trusting Gina Della and her team at Pella. And this month, you can score a whole house of new, energy-efficient Pella windows for as low as $297 a month, with 0% interest for up to 60 months. That's like a drive you can sustain for years, keeping your home comfortable thanks to the incredible defense played by Pella Windows, stopping all of the drafts. Don't wait. Schedule your free consultation today at PellaWI.com.
Dave Spano from Annex Wealth Management. It didn't seem like it when the season started, but we've watched the Crew become a great team. We're just as proud of the team here at Annex. I'll put the Annex team up against anyone when it comes to what we do. Investment, retirement, tax, and estate planning. If that's what you're looking for, let's talk soon. AnnexWealth.com. Click the Get Started button. In the meantime, let's enjoy championship baseball in Milwaukee.
The pulse of the Milwaukee Bucks, straight from a Bucks legend.
Can't get it off. Marcus Johnson will, though. You can't leave him alone for a 12.
Tap into Here District with Marcus Johnson on Bucks Plus. Marcus and his son Chris offer a weekly beat on Bucks basketball. Get your questions answered and hear from the biggest names in basketball. Find Here District with Marcus Johnson at bucks.com/plus on the Bucks app or wherever you get your podcasts. WTMJ, W277CV, and WKTI HD2 Milwaukee. From the Annex Wealth Management Studios, this is News Radio WTMJ, a Good Karma brand station.
Checking in with Debbie here at 10 to 8, and then Mark Tarsher.
Okay, eastbound 94. We've got backups from 84th Street all the way through the stadium interchange. Westbound slowing down from 25th Street all the way past Mitchell Boulevard. Couple of accidents to deal with. First of all, on 894 northbound, right past Oklahoma Avenue, we've got the right lane blocked with a crash there. And then we also have one on southbound 41 right about at Burleigh off on the right shoulder. Now, northbound 41's backing up from before Watertown Plank Road all the way up to Burleigh. Southbound's backing up from Main Street all the way to Good Hope Road, and then back on the brakes from Appleton Avenue down past Hampton. Southbound 43, watch out for the delays from before Good Hope Road, pretty much all the way down to Bender Road. You're back on the brakes from Hampton down towards Locust. I'm Debbie Lazaga with your WTMJ Time Saver Traffic.
Forecast is sponsored by Dave Drakamp Heating. There is still a little bit of rain that might move through the area. Otherwise cloudy today, a high of 67. Tonight, partly cloudy, 53. Tuesday, partly cloudy. There's a chance for showers again tomorrow, high of 64. Another chance for rain Wednesday, 60. Thursday, still a chance for rain and a high of 64. Right now in Milwaukee, 60 at 7:52.
Idea Man.
I was anticipating Throttle City USA coming up, and I know we usually do that on Fridays.
Innovator.
I think it's a great idea.
Who wouldn't like that?
No.
Who doesn't like that idea?
Yeah, and then they board the bus to Throttle City.
Yeah, then they have the Throttle City.
And Packers Hall of Famer.
Boys, that might not be the PG-rated one, though, if you're going to start getting down that road.
It's time for Tausch on Wisconsin's Morning News. Presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin and Kohler Services.
Mark Tauscher on Wisconsin's Morning News is sponsored by Kohler Services and Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Tausch, I don't think the bus even made it to the suburbs of Throttle City. They were still well outside the metro.
Yeah, I don't know if it was a train or if it was a EV or if we ran out of gas, but yeah, it was not Throttle City yesterday at all. And as I said earlier, middle of last week, when they traded for Joe Flacco, that did change my math a little bit as far as this defense, and we saw what Cincinnati's old quarterback Browning did against Detroit. So, not to make any excuses, I thought Flacco, the first half, the defense was dominant. Second half, it wasn't. And Joe Flacco was able to do some things, and Green Bay made enough mistakes to kind of keep the game close. I never felt very threatened outside of if we don't convert that big 3rd and 9, if we give the ball back after Cincinnati went down, all of a sudden that would have changed the math. But I give Cincinnati a lot of credit. Yesterday, to me, and walking out of Lambeau last night, walked out of there that night of the Detroit game, and it was euphoria. Last night, it was like people had just gotten done with work, and they were just grabbing their lunch pail, and they were going to get in their car, and they were driving home. There was not any excitement. Bengals fans actually were smiling more, and we saw some Bengals fans came over to the Tundra Trio houses last night, and as I'm doing the post game, I can literally see them smiling, and they're like, well, we now feel like we have a chance because you have Jamar Chase, you have T. Higgins, and last night kind of reaffirmed that. So from a Packer standpoint, it's a long season. Not every game is going to be star-spangled awesome. And I thought yesterday was a ho-hum kind of, we're going to get our job done, we're going to get a win, we're going to move along, and that's kind of how it played out.
Can you even describe what a job Joe Flacco did? I'm trying to think of a comp, Tausch. I love a good analogy. Like, that would be like Erik and me get traded to Chicago. Great, you guys are doing a 4-hour morning news show Monday in Chicago. Well, you do the morning news all the time. Okay. Different place, different people, don't know everybody's name, don't have a login for the computer, don't know how, and then go out there and do a pretty good show. Like, that is so hard what that dude pulled off.
Yeah, all you guys would have to do today is talk about the Cubs losing and just go over. You can actually spin that from that. No, Joe Flacco deserves a ton of credit. He's 40-some-odd years old. Now, he has seen everything, again, looking back at it, I think when you have two wideouts, there comes a time, and Joe Flacco saw this in the second half, I think he realized playing Charlie check down and trying to be safe in the first half didn't work. Hey, we have two studs. Let's go for it. And it worked. And so the Packers will have to recalibrate and understand what it was. But I think everybody should give Joe Flacco a lot of credit. I think Cincinnati fans are excited. Now, I think it's going to be misguided because you can do certain things. You're going to have a very low ceiling with where Joe's at in his career. But what he did yesterday, absolutely, I think he deserves a ton of credit for making that a pretty competitive football game.
You know what we have to do since the NLCS is already upon us?
And now, here's our expert Mark Tauscher's prediction of everything that's going to happen and the exact score of the game.
Why don't you just tell me the score of the
Brewers
game?
So let's do, you don't have to pick tonight's game, but how about just the series? How are you feeling about the series?
I think it's going to be a 7-game slugfest. And tonight, obviously, I don't know if Murph has announced his starters yet, if it's going to be Quintana or Priester. I don't know if we know that yet. But what I do know is what we saw against the Cubs, and I love how Murph approached it after the 2 tough losses in Chicago. We need to be raucous, and we need to protect home court. I hope this is one of those George Karl, who used to always say the series never starts until somebody wins on the road. I hope this series never starts. And if we have to go 4-0 at home, and if we lose 3 on the road, I'm fine. Find a way to make sure that this home field, because there's no doubt Saturday night, even though, unfortunately, I was watching the Badgers game with one eye and with 3 eyes watching the Brewers game at the end of it, it felt as if AmFam Field was exactly the atmosphere that you needed. That needs to carry over because we're going to be heavy dogs against the Los Angeles Dodgers with their payroll and with everything else. But we've had a lot of success throughout the regular season. We need to hold serve at home, and I think if we can do that, you feel really good about where you're at.
Your Saturday situation was unfortunate on multiple levels.
I'll say this: there were a lot of fans that we kept. Matt and I were sitting there, and it was like, "Why is everybody excited?" And then we look up, and it's Contreras just hit a home run, and it brought a lot of joy in a really tough night at Camp Randall.
Check in with you tomorrow. Thank
you. Thank you, Milwaukee Brewers, is what I would say.
Needed it. Business headlines are up next. They're sponsored by Horicon Bank. Together doing good. HoriconBank.com, the natural choice.
These are your business headlines from the Milwaukee Business Journal.
The Metro Milwaukee Association of Commerce adopts a new strategy for attracting and retaining talent. Among the goals, ensuring inclusion in the workplace and improving livability in the metro area. A Los Angeles private equity firm, Vance Street Capital, acquires the Butler headquarters of MRPC, which makes surgical devices. MRPC and Vance did not respond to requests for comment. Dave's Hot Chicken opens its 11th location in Wisconsin on October 16th. It's in Grafton on Port Washington Road in a former charcoal grill. I'm Rich Kirchen with MilwaukeeBusinessJournal.com on 620 WTMJ.
Doing banking differently since 1896. Greg Matzik here for Horicon Bank. Think about that for a second. Over 100 years of focus on the community and your business. At Horicon Bank, financing requests can be approved in days, not weeks, because your banker understands you and your business. And yes, Horicon Bank is expanding, but they've not lost that community-minded feel. I trust Horicon Bank. I've connected with Horicon Bank, and I invite you to do the same. It's Horicon Bank, truly the natural choice, member FDIC.
Your neighbors are talking. Did you see their siding? Yikes. That drafty window? It's basically air conditioning. From nature. Don't be the scary house on the block this fall. Call Exterior Pros and Baths and get $3,000 off your roofing, siding, windows, or bath project. No tricks, just treats. That's 262-800-4274 or click your way to extpros.com. Fall in love with your home again. Trust the pros.
Ryan Sternad, he's one of us.
You want to vote for a governor. You do have many to choose from who have elected experience. Or you can choose the one of us candidate. Hi, I'm Ryan Sternad, and you pronounce my last name like you are stirring a pot. In fact, I sometimes do. I'm a U.S. Army veteran who works for a living. I may have even served you at the stadium. I started drinks in the seats. Sure, I don't have elected experience, but I do have working class experience. Won't you want your governor to know what it's like to be in your shoes and to govern that way? I stick up for people who want to make money, and I was vocal in getting in-seat alcohol vending back when the crowd capacity returned to practically 100% in 2021. As governor, I'll fight to tax the wealthy. That's one of the reasons I became a Democrat 24 years ago. For more, go to RyanSternadForGovernor.com.
Paid for by Ryan Sternad for Governor.
When you breathe well, you live better. Find out more at AdventKnows.com.
The best team in baseball taking on the defending champs.
And the Brewers have a date with the Dodgers. Uribe deals to Carson Kelly, swinging a bouncer to short. Ortiz has it, and the Brewers are going to the championship series.
Our radio network game day cover starts tonight at 6:30. October runs through the home of the Brewers. News Radio 620, WTMJ, Milwaukee.
Just after 8 o'clock, I'm Vince Vitrano on Wisconsin's Morning News. Monday, October 13th, our top story. Hostages returned safe after being released by Hamas.
I'm Erik Bilstad. Game 1 of the NLCS is tonight.
I'm Debbie Lazaga. Northbound on 894, we did have that accident at Oklahoma Avenue. It was blocking a lane. They were able to get that cleared off. It is now gone. However, we do still have an accident on northbound 41 right about at Burleigh off on the right shoulder. Delays coming up from Watertown Plank Road up past that point. On the southbound side, seeing delays from the county line down past Good Hope Road, pretty much all the way down past Hampton. Eastbound 94 is backing up from 84th Street all the way through to about 35th Street. I'm Debbie Lazaga with your WTMJ Time Saver Traffic.
Storm team forecast for today. We'll get rid of these morning showers and then skies turn mostly cloudy with a high of 67. Partly cloudy skies overnight, low down to 53. Milwaukee temp now at 60. And from the WTMJ Breaking News Center, following the release by Hamas of the remaining living Israeli hostages, President Trump addressing the parliament in Israel.
The president declared to Israel,
the long and painful nightmare is finally over.
The well over an hour-long speech served as his victory lap for orchestrating the peace plan.
It's an incredible triumph for Israel and the world to have all of these nations working together.
Bringing home the hostages.
Against all odds, we have done the impossible and brought our hostages home.
And hopefully bringing peace to the entire Middle East. Stacey Lynn, CBS News, Washington.
Meanwhile, the White House and Illinois Governor J.B. Pritzker clashing as a federal appeals court blocks President Trump from deploying federalized National Guard troops anywhere within the state of Illinois.
President Trump says he wants National Guard troops in Chicago to fight crime and claiming that Illinois Governor J.B. Pritzker should be jailed. Vice President J.D. Vance telling ABC's This Week.
I certainly think that he has violated his fundamental oath of office. That seems pretty criminal to me.
Pritzker.
Come and get me. I mean, you're dead wrong, Mr. President and Mr. Vice President. And I will stand up for the law and the Constitution.
Dave Packer, ABC News.
In Milwaukee, one person dead after that person was beaten with a rock. This happened near 23rd and Ramsey Sunday afternoon. Police report a suspect struck a 64-year-old woman in the head. The victim died at the scene. 29-year-old suspect in custody, charges pending.
The leader of Milwaukee's Horticultural Conservatory is slowly revealing more details about the Dome's reimagined plan. That includes a new business model for the Domes. Executive Director Krista Biel-Diefenbach says we'll pay for operating costs and then some.
We're going to increase the admissions fee just slightly. We're going to have a larger gift shop. We're going to have concession sales. We're going to have event revenue. You put all of that together, and it doesn't just cover our expenses, but leaves a surplus that we can put away for future maintenance needs.
Biel-Diefenbach tells WTMJ Conversations there are also plans in the works for a more efficient and accessible entryway.
Milwaukee Fire Department sounding an alarm on its aging fleet of vehicles.
We are
speeding these rigs up.
The city needs to replace at least 8 frontline engines and 6 ladder trucks over the next 2 years. That's based on safety guidelines from the National Fire Protection Association. Mayor Cavalier Johnson's proposed budget includes $2 million for equipment replacement, but Fire Chief Aaron Lipsky tells the Common Council Finance Committee,
Chief, what can you buy with $2 million worth of equipment budget?
You can probably get a single fire engine, and there will be a little left over.
Jessica Gatso, WTMJ News.
Milwaukee Alderman Peter Bergelis suggesting the city could borrow money if it can't find another source.
Are you ready, Brewers fans? The NLCS is tonight, the National League Championship Series, and the Crew enter as underdogs. The team's relying on its chemistry as they get set to face the mighty Dodgers.
Caleb Durbin and Bryce Terang say it's been a theme all year, the power of friendship.
I think it's just that chemistry that you have in the clubhouse builds that trust on the field.
Power of friendship, as people say, and that's, like he said, it's a real thing. We got a good group of guys who believe in themselves, and they go out there and do what they do best.
The Crew looking to win their first National League pennant. The powerhouse Dodgers seeking their third World Series in the last 6 years. The best of 7 series starting tonight at AmFam with a 7:08 first pitch. Neil Doyle, WTMJ News.
Outdoor Living Unlimited, WTMJ News, time 8:07.
James Imaging Systems, your local document imaging partner. JamesImaging.com.
I'm with James Imaging Systems client Preston Clark. He oversees IT services at Creative Business Interiors. Preston, you get the benefit of one-on-one relationships with the James team, like when your sales rep said something unexpected. What did they say?
Hey, this is a little high. You're not printing as much as we thought you were going to print.
Then the James team member had even better news.
Correct. Let's bring that down. Let's make it a little cheaper and still keep you on the same program.
The James Managed Print Services Program. All your document output devices bundled under one invoice that includes service and supplies for one low cost per print. Nice, right, Preston?
Yes, felt great. Felt secure, Don't have to worry about, again, somebody just coming in and selling something and then walking away and never hearing from them again.
James Imaging Systems, AI-driven workflow automation, security enhancements, and digital transformation. Call 262-781-7700 or visit jamesimaging.com.
Beautiful and safe. Decks built to last by Outdoor Living Unlimited, Wisconsin's #1 TimberTech deck installation team. For amazing ideas, go to our Outdoor Living Unlimited Instagram page. For a free estimate, go to OutdoorLivingUnlimited.com.
Outdoor Living Unlimited, WTMJ News Time, 8:08.
Authorities in Tennessee reporting no survivors. There was a massive blast at an explosives plant south of Nashville last week. 16 killed. Satellite imagery showing the facility before and after it was leveled. There is nothing left but scattered debris. FBI, ATF investigating what caused the explosion.
The Northeast getting battered by high winds and heavy rain thanks to the first nor'easter of the season. But the storm didn't stop some from doing the things they had to do on the Jersey Shore. This couple was at a wedding.
We're inside and we had a view of the choppy water for the whole night.
During the ceremony, there's some ding-dong running around in the water, and I look over at my wife, and I'm like, what's this guy doing? There's no, if you get sucked out, you're gone. There's nobody to help you. I can't run out and get you.
Forecasters say there's also the possibility for coastal flooding and high surf.
If you caught some Sunday Night Football, you couldn't help but notice a very special guest.
A showgirl returned to the football field to cheer on her favorite tight end.
Look for Taylor. Life of a rock star. Right? Caitlin Clark's back there. Life of a hooper, too.
NBC Sports spotted Taylor Swift massive engagement ring on full display in a star-studded suite at Arrowhead Stadium, hugging her future father-in-law as they got set to watch her fiancé Travis Kelce and his Kansas City Chiefs host the Detroit Lions. It was the singer's first public appearance at a game this season, and maybe she brought the luck. Chiefs won it 30-17. Deborah Rodriguez, CBS News.
I wonder if I'm at the network, right, in deciding what shots to take and whatever. It feels like it's sort of jumped the shark now.
The shots of Taylor Swift.
The shots of Taylor or whatever. Although then the counter is you're probably getting some more people watching only to hope to see her.
Yeah,
right?
I'm sure there's a little bit of that in there.
A little
for sure.
balance. I don't need it after every drive or every catch. But I don't mind. I like seeing who's in the house.
Sure, right. Yeah, me too. I do appreciate it. The the shock on her face every time, like Kelsey catches the ball, like she's never seen that happen before. Like, oh my God, that's the first time.
I'd like to see reactions of him at every one of her shows. Like, I can't believe she's playing this one.
I can find that for you. It's all over the socials.
8:10 on Wisconsin's Morning News.
Get new Pella windows for the entire house as low as $297 a month with 0% interest for up to 60 months.
Ready for the snap and a timeout taken. The team looks a little bit lost. Let's bring in Gina Della from Pella. What's the winning game plan this month?
Wayne, the winning play is simple. A whole house of new windows as low as $297 a month with 0% interest for up to 60 months.
Wow, that's a drive you can sustain for years. No penalties, no interest. A championship move from Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin.
No doubt, Wayne. And unlike the opponent's defense, Pella Windows actually stopped the drafts.
The draft picks we gave up for number one had to be the steal of the century.
True, but I'm talking about replacing old drafty windows.
Roger that. With energy-efficient windows that keep the cold out, you'll stay as toasty as a fan at a warm weather preseason game.
Pay as low as $297 a month for a whole house of new Pella windows.
Plus, with 0% interest for up to 60 months, don't sit on the sidelines, folks. Make your move today.
Schedule your free consultation today at PellaWI.com.
Certain restrictions apply. It's 10/31/2025.
Oh boy, it's getting so expensive to dine out, but not at the Mine Chef restaurant in Hartford. WTMJ's John Mercure here. The Mine Chef is family-owned, understands inflation hurts. Every Monday when you buy one pizza, you get a second pizza absolutely free. Any size, any quantity, you buy one, get one free. Buy two, get two free. Buy 10 pizzas, get 10 free pizzas. Business owners, managers, bring in pizza for your hardworking employees and your key clients. They're going to love it because it's delicious pizza and your second pizza's free, saving your company a ton of money. Bring your family in today for free pizza. Your kids will love that world-class game room. The Mine Shaft in beautiful downtown Hartford and near EAA and Oshkosh, just off the interstate. Lots of seating, lots of close parking. No need to cook. Don't think about cleaning today. Mondays can be tough enough. Buy one pizza, get one free at the Mine Shaft. Plenty to take home for tomorrow. Desserts, and I love their desserts, are also buy one, get one free. Just walk in today for your free Monday pizza, mineshaftrestaurant.com.
Debbie's got an update on the morning drive here at 8:13.
Yeah, we've got eastbound on 94 backing up from just past 84th Street all the way through the stadium, the westbound side also. Northbound on 41 backing up from almost Wisconsin Avenue all the way up past Burleigh. Our accident there at Burleigh has been cleared. The southbound side, it's heavy basically from the county line all the way down past Good Hope Road to about Capitol Drive. Other than that, southbound 43, we got some backups from about just before Bender Road all the way down through the Capitol Drive area. I'm Debbie Lazaga with your WTMJ Time Saver Traffic.
High 67 degrees today after we get rid of these showers this morning. Skies will turn mostly cloudy, low down to 53 tonight. Tuesday's high 64 with a chance of showers in the afternoon and evening. Right now at 60 in Milwaukee.
Live from the Annex Wealth Management Studios at the Avenue in downtown Milwaukee, this is Wisconsin's Morning News. Here are your hosts, Vince Vitrano and Erik Bilstad.
President Trump, as we speak, just about to board Air Force One in Tel Aviv, bound for Egypt, as a day of celebration continues in the Middle East. Friends and relatives of one of the 20 surviving hostages returned today by Hamas. The Hostage Families Forum sharing that celebration. President Trump earlier today addressing the Knesset, the Israeli parliament.
We gather on a day of profound joy, of soaring hope, of renewed faith, and above all, a day to give our deepest thanks to the Almighty God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob.
So he is now on board Air Force One, which will soon leave Israel and head to Egypt for a summit with world leaders on what to do with Gaza. There's said to be some 20 different world leaders on hand for this summit. Joining us now on Wisconsin's Morning News is CBS military consultant Jeff McCausland. Good morning, sir.
Good morning to you, sir.
So what happens at this summit? Do they go item by item, check by check, or is this more symbolic? How will this go down?
No, I think this is a crucial aspect of what's going on. We've achieved a ceasefire. I think a little bit we ought to as the president said, celebrate, but there's hope ahead, but it's not predetermined. And if we're going to get to that more stable time and more stability in Gaza and the region as a whole, all these leaders are going to be incredibly involved, because now we have the ceasefire, and now once that's affected in terms of release of hostages, release of those who have passed away, as well as the exchange of Palestinian and Gazan prisoners, now we have to move forward the hard work. We've got to move forward towards creating this peace committee. That peace committee has then got to talk about things that are going to be very hard to do, like the demilitarization of Hamas, creating this technocratic committee Mr. Trump has talked about that will actually govern Gaza in the interim, and then eventually a withdrawal of Israeli forces from all of Gaza. They still occupy about half of Gaza, even though they pulled back to lines that have been agreed upon, and eventually the arrival of some kind of international stability force. And a lot of the countries that are going to be around that table will be expected to contribute to that force, as well as, and here you can pick a number, guys, you like 50 billion, like 100 billion, like 200 billion, whatever it's going to cost to rebuild Gaza, which of course has been devastated in this particular conflict.
In the short term, Jeff, how do you see the security situation in Gaza in this void of leadership? Like, who is in charge?
Exactly. Tenuous at best. The Israelis have pulled back. But basically, Hamas, in the areas where the Israeli forces are not, probably will be in control. They're the people with the guns. And don't forget, of course, though, the political wing of Hamas has signed up to this particular agreement about eventually demilitarizing. There's no agreement on how that's going to happen, and it's unclear whether those fighters who have been in Gaza for the last 2 years are going to go along with somebody who made an agreement who's been spending the last 2 years in Doha in a 4-star hotel. You know, I always point out to people the end of wars can be a bit ragged. The end of World War II, the last Japanese soldier surrendered in March of 1974, and he was still willing to fight for the emperor. So I fear that we may still have some residual fighters who either A, don't get the word, or B, just don't embrace it, and you may still have violence. Furthermore, there are other groups in the Gaza Strip that are not necessarily controlled by Hamas directly, that being Islamic Jihad, some criminal groups. And then finally, don't forget, this fits into a larger problem around the region. Israelis occupy part of Lebanon. Hezbollah is now trying to be disarmed by the Lebanese government. We have large-scale instability in Syria after the fall of Assad, and the Israelis occupy part of that. We've had rises in violence on the West Bank, and this agreement announcing that there'll be no annexation of the West Bank is a very important part of it, which I don't think is talked about enough. And it's unclear whether the Houthis are going to sign up to this, or are they going to continue to fire missiles at Israel. And then last but not least, yes, where you have largely destroyed a significant portion of Iran's nuclear facilities, but it's unclear what is next in terms of our relations with Iran and how Iran fits into this larger effort towards stability throughout the region.
CBS military consultant Jeff McCausland is with us on Wisconsin's Morning News this morning. Jeff, the other factor, or sort of the X factor, it seems, and this will be so important moving forward, is just the sense that, and you have some of these world leaders and these nations at the table, Turkey, Egypt, Qatar, the Saudis to some extent, like they've had it. They've had it with this war. They've had it with Hamas. Not that they were particularly friendly to Hamas, but they were certainly sympathetic to Hamas at some point or another. Like the turning point here seems to be these other Mideast nations saying, all right, we're done with this and we want to participate in the future.
No, I think that's exactly right. But we have to sadly give Hamas the credit that they have disrupted one thing that was moving ahead prior to this war, and that was some gesture towards a Palestinian state by the Israelis in return for normalization between Israel and Saudi Arabia and an expansion of the Abraham Accords, which would have contributed, I think, to larger and broader stability in the region, would have isolated Iran even further. That now is at a far distant future, if at all, that can happen. Because you're right, the leaders across the region have no use for Hamas. They see it as part of the Muslim Brotherhood. They see it as a threat to them. But they know the people on the street in their respective countries who've been watching this war on television and seeing all the destruction and seeing the massive destruction of the Gaza Strip and see people in the Gaza Strip starving to death, they are, if you will, concerned about the future of those people in the Gaza Strip while their leaders may not. And I thought, while we have representatives of a large number of Arab countries at this meeting, we have the head of the Arab League, Saudis are not showing up. The Iranians were invited, they're not showing up, and that's not unimportant. But the fact that the rest of them are all there, and they're going to be contributors to that stability force, and resources to rebuild Gaza, that is key and essential. But that's still a long-term, very, very difficult proposition.
As far as Gaza goes, Jeff, I mean, that's a really valuable piece of real estate, right? Right there along the water. I mean, could there be, like, at some point, like, luxury hotels there?
Well, potentially. And, of course, Mr. Trump talked about this at one point. It was largely rejected by the international community because it begs the obvious question. Well, what happens to the 2.2 million Palestinians that are there right now? Do you push them all out so you can create this, Club Med on the Mediterranean and the Gaza Strip? And I don't think so. I think while that is certainly possible, strictly from the standpoint of real estate, Mr. Trump also talked about a similar venue, by the way, in North Korea. we got some basic things we got to take care of. We got to take care of feeding these people, and how well or how poorly and how quickly the humanitarian assistance effort can be ramped up is key and essential to just basic security right now. We got to make baby steps here, and what happens long term, whether it's Club Med or not, that's a couple of decades away.
CBS military consultant Jeff McCausland. Always appreciate your insight and perspective, Jeff. Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
It is 8:21 on Wisconsin's Morning News.
When your car or truck needs service, you should take it to a specialist. I'm Deb Cruz, president of the Auto Dealers Association of Mega Milwaukee. Adam member new car dealers have factory warranted parts, the latest diagnostic equipment, and certified manufacturer technicians. Plus, their prices are low or lower than independent shops, even on routine things like oil changes and tire service. Knowing all that, why would you ever consider going anywhere other than an Adam member dealer?
WTMJ and Sidex are back with the Bootiful Bathroom Contest. You see what I did there? One lucky listener will win a tub or shower conversion valued at up to $10,000. Easy to get in on the contest. Snap a pic of your scary shower, terrifying tub, or even just one that you're tired of, and enter now. Text BOO to the WTMJ talk and text line 855-616-1620 or visit WTMJ.com to submit your picture and for full contest rules.
From the biggest stars to the greatest moments. Behind the Bucks is Bucks history, like you've never heard it before. It's all on Behind the Bucks on the Bucks Plus audio network. Behind the Bucks is presented by Gallagher, your trusted insurance broker and HR and benefits consultant. Available now on bucks.com/plus, the Bucks app, the new ESPN Wisconsin app, and wherever you get podcasts.
Half a century of marketing expertise joined with over 20 years of local market knowledge. Not to mention the savings you'll see after you get our best commission right up front, which, by the way, is only 1.9% on the listing side of your home. Join that together and you can be sure that you've chosen the right real estate experts who have the experience to market your home effectively and give you a commission that'll end up paying for things like new furniture. This is Angela Calais with Century 21 Benefit Realty, benefit-realty.com, where you pay less for full service. Each office is independently owned and operated. They saved over $50,000 after we sold their home at only 1.9%. You don't have to pay 6% to market and sell your home. Hundreds of Century 21 Benefit Realty clients will attest. You can get it all for only 1.9%. The more value your home has, the more important it is to find the best real estate commission and the marketing ability to get top dollar. And with Century 21 behind us, that's what we have. This is Angela Calais with Century 21 Benefit Realty, benefit-realty.com, where you pay less for full service. Each office is independently owned and operated.
We're still rolling out the fun at Fleet Farm's Oktoberfest. Stop in for a free brat Saturday the 18th from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. While you're there, be sure to enter our Candy Corn Count Contest for a chance to win a Fleet Farm gift card. Plus, don't miss our Truckload Super Sale, happening October 16th through the 19th. We've got crazy good deals in-store only, so bring your own truck and load up. Come on in for October festivities all month long at Fleet Farm. And thanks for shopping with us.
Your way inside the huddle.
Hut one, hut two,
without putting on any pads. It's Green and Gold Insiders on Wisconsin's Afternoon News. Every day of the regular season at 4:15.
We asked Matt LaFleur today, what are you hoping to get out of this bye week? And his answer was one word: health.
Green and Gold Insiders is presented by Window Nation. It's Green and Gold Insiders all season long, right here on WTMJ.
Checking in with Debbie here at 825.
Eastbound 94 backing up from about 76th Street through the Stadium interchange. Westbound side doesn't look too bad until you get past Highway 100. Then it tightens up crossing over the county line. Southbound 43 heavy from just south of Good Hope Road all the way down to Bender, and then again from just before Hampton down past Burleigh. Southbound 41 also backing up from the county line down to about Good Hope Road, and then just south of Appleton Avenue down to Capitol Drive. I'm Debbie Lazago with your WTMJ Time Saver Traffic.
826 on Wisconsin's Morning News. Turnaround quick, right? Saturday night, celebration, revelry. Sunday we had Packers, and tonight we're in it.
Ushers on Saturday night were starting to push people toward the door pretty quickly. The one guy said to me, he's like, hey, NLCS is starting like immediately, so gotta get out of here.
You couldn't stay right.
Yeah, I was teasing the guy who was pushing us out. I'm like, man, already? I'm like, we're just enjoying the moment for a sec. He's like, gotta get everybody out of here.
We do need to up our streamer game a little bit. That was nice, but I'd like more streamers.
It played well in person. You didn't think it looked good on TV?
It looked all right.
Well, here's how it ended.
Uribe deals to Carson Kelly. Swinging a bouncer to short. Ortiz has it. And the Brewers are going to the championship series. They take 3 of 5 from the Chicago Cubs. And the Brewers have a date with the Dodgers.
Pretty neat seeing our guy Matt Arnold celebrating with WTMJ's Greg Matzik.
It's incredible. I mean, it's a little torturous, but like we work our whole lives for this stuff, and then you get to a moment like this, and it's just so special.
Pretty neat to see all the celebrating that was taking place.
In terms of the what do I need to know now for the series coming up, obviously we play tonight. 7:08 is the first pitch. Our coverage here on WTMJ beginning just after the 6 o'clock news. Then we go again tomorrow night, same start time, 7:08. And then it's off for 3 in Los Angeles. So it goes 2-3-2 if necessary. The Thursday game in L.A. is a 5:08 first pitch. Ooh, convenient for us.
I like that.
You can watch the whole thing and not worry about losing sleep. Then we play Friday night is 7:38. If necessary on Saturday, that's a 7:08. Then a day off, and then back here in Milwaukee for games 6 and 7. That would be Monday and Tuesday of next week.
Here
Again,
we go.
all if necessary.
Do you think it goes 7?
Everybody's saying it goes 7. Like, I don't see anybody boat racing through this. Got to get 2 here at home. Right? Got to get 2 here at home.
Got to win as many
Got to
as you
get 2 here at
possibly
home.
can.
Don't want to go back to L.A. Well, we swept them in the regular season. This is a different team in the postseason.
A different ball game.
They feel different. They look different. They move different. They talk different. Like, this is a different deal that faces our Brewers here in this best of 7 series.
We'll do Brewers 360 with Dom Catronio at 8:45.
That's next on Wisconsin's Morning News.
If you've ever worried about your heart, if you've ever loved someone with heart disease, if you've ever wondered if you're the one at risk, let's remind ourselves that we are not powerless. Because at the Fredert and the Medical College of Wisconsin Health Network, we're pushing to outsmart heart and vascular disease by working with you personally to understand your history, assess your risks, and guide you to heart strength. By digging deep with tireless research and offering access to leading-edge clinical trials. And for the most serious conditions, including heart failure, heart valve disease, arrhythmias, and vascular diseases, we provide renowned expertise and the most advanced life-saving procedures you expect from academic medicine. So let's get out in front of heart disease. Let's outsmart it. Let's keep pushing so that every one of us can outrun it and embrace every beautiful day life in Wisconsin has to offer. To learn more about our nationally renowned heart and vascular care, visit fredert.com/heart.
Gene Miller here for my friends at Hometown Windows and Doors. It goes fast. Winter is right around the corner. Hometown Windows and Doors will help you keep the warmth in and the cold out with energy-efficient windows and doors from top brands like Pella, Marvin, and Anderson. Hometown is here for you. They listen. Hometown will help you find the products for your home, your budget, and your style. Visit their beautiful showroom in New Berlin today. Hometown Windows and Doors. That's Hometown with an E for your every window and door need. HometownWindows.com.
Who doesn't need a seasonal wardrobe update? But who has the cash to always keep their wardrobe updated? Ladies, that's why you shop St. Vincent de Paul. Our women's clothing is always a highlight of our stores, and thrift store prices keep the costs low. It allows you to experiment and also find a hidden gem. St. Vincent de Paul thrift stores on Highway 100 in Layton and Greenfield, 23rd in Lincoln, and 76th and Bradley Road in Milwaukee.
St. Paul.
This is a special report from ABC News. I'm Brian Clark. Joy in Israel as Hamas has released all 20 living Israeli hostages. Sound of a phone call between family members and released hostage Bar Cooperstein. These hostages now receiving medical treatment at hospitals in Israel. There is also a focus on the 28 deceased hostages. Hamas says it will release the remains of 4 today. Israel, meanwhile, has released more than 1,900 prisoners as part of the deal, which was brokered by the U.S. President Trump celebrated the agreement in remarks to the Israeli parliament.
Now it's time to translate these victories against terrorists on the battlefield into the ultimate prize of peace and prosperity for the entire Middle East.
He called it a new dawn for the region. He's now en route to Egypt, where he'll co-chair a peace summit with the leaders of more than 20 nations focused on the next steps of this agreement. This is ABC News.
Southbound on 43, hitting the brakes from about Good Hope Road, just down to Bender Road, and then again from Hampton down to about Locust. Eastbound 94, we got some backups from just before 70th Street through the Stadium interchange. Westbound's tightening up just west of Highway 100 all the way to Elm Grove Road. And then northbound on 41, watch for delays from just north of Watertown Plank Road, and that'll take you all the way up to Hampton. I'm Debbie Lazaga with your WTMJ Time Saver Traffic.
High of 67 degrees today. We should get rid of these early morning showers, and then skies will be mostly cloudy. Partly cloudy overnight, low down to 53. Milwaukee right now at 60. From the WTMJ Breaking News Center, Milwaukee police now reporting it's a woman who is dead after her daughter beat her in the head with a rock. That, according to medical examiner, 64-year-old Carrie Zettel died of blunt force trauma. This was Sunday afternoon, 23rd in Ramsey on the city's south side. Authorities reporting Zettel's 29-year-old daughter is in custody with charges pending.
The NLCS begins tonight at American Family Field, and the Brewers, even though they had the best regular season record in baseball, are the underdogs heading into that series against the Dodgers.
Manager Pat Murphy putting the belief in his players, saying they've adopted that underdog mentality.
And they feel responsible for each other, and I don't want to let him down, my teammate. I want to do the job for him instead of, it's all about me, I got to do the job, I got to look good. No. I got to be responsible to him. So I think it's a teammate thing when you got young players.
The Crew have never won a title and made their only World Series appearance in 1982. The Dodgers seeking their third title in the last 6 years. A 7:08 first pitch for Game 1 tonight at American Family Field. Neil Doyle, WTMJ News.
18-time Grammy Award nominee Post Malone coming to Milwaukee's lakefront. Just announced within the hour, Malone will be the headliner at Summerfest during the second weekend of the festival. His date, June 27th for the big gig. Tickets go on sale already Friday. Malone among the best-selling music artists worldwide.
The Milwaukee Fire Department needs safety upgrades, but the city isn't sure how it's going to fund that. The mayor, its proposed budget includes $2 million for equipment replacement for the fire department, but the total cost is estimated at $27 million. Fire Chief Aaron Lipsky says the ladder trucks aren't faring well.
It's a self-supporting crane, basically, but we put human lives at the end of it, so it has to undergo UL testing. We just had 3 of our ladder trucks fail that UL test.
So the National Fire Protection Association says fire engines and ladder trucks should not be more than 15 years old. Half of Milwaukee's frontline vehicles will exceed that age by 2027.
Time for news about your money. WTMJ Annex Wealth Management Market Update. We are just minutes off the opening bell on Wall Street, and the Dow Jones Industrial Average is climbing back up. Remember, it dropped more than 800 points in trading on Friday. Dow is now up 491 points to 45,971. S&P 500 is at 6633. That's up 81 points. And the NASDAQ up more than 1.5% off the opening bell to 22,565. Financial planning at every level. Annex Comprehensive Wealth, Annex Private Client, Annex Ignite. Details at annexwealth.com.
Outdoor Living Unlimited, WTMJ News Time, 8:35.
Traffic is sponsored by Mission 94 Firearms Education Center. Just Google Mission 94.
From those with no experience to firearms enthusiasts, all are welcome at Mission 94 Firearms Education Center. Learn the right way to handle firearms. Just Google Mission 94.
James Imaging Systems, your local document imaging partner. JamesImaging.com.
I'd like you to listen to a little question and answer session with James Imaging Systems client Preston Clark.
He oversees IT services at Creative Business Interiors. Preston, why James?
I do feel like that we are partnered, again, as opposed to being sold to.
James Imaging Systems, your local business technology partner.
If I need service, they're here almost within 4 hours every time. I've never had an issue where I'm like, where is that guy?
That works for you and the business, right, Preston?
Yeah, exactly. I don't have to worry about it.
Plus, there's IT-driven workflow automation, security enhancements, and digital transformation from James Imaging Systems.
I've got information that I can then go to my superiors with and say, hey, here's how we can save a little bit of money.
And
then I kind of look like the hero, too.
Want to be the hero in your office? Call 262-781-7700 or visit jamesimaging.com. James Imaging Systems, your local business technology partner.
The Wisconsin retirement system impacts over 690,000 people, including police, firefighters, teachers, and UW employees. Join Annex Wealth Management and WTMJ's Steve Scafidi for a free webinar. Understand your WRS potential on Tuesday, October 21st at 3:30 p.m. Learn how your WRS pension fits into your financial portfolio and planning. The Annex Financial Planning team is experienced with WRS pensions and holistic financial planning. Register at annexwealth.com/events. Know the difference with a fee-only fiduciary. That's Annex Wealth Management.
Imagine turning that unused basement into your family's favorite room. Greg Matzik here from Matrix Basement Finishing. Whether it's a home theater, game room, maybe a bar or office, Matrix Basement Finishing makes it possible. And they only do basements. Their experts design, they build, they transform your basement with style and comfort and that lasting quality that you expect. Visit matrixbasements.com/Matzik for my personal landing page and special pricing. matrixbasements.com/Matzik.
When you've been injured, you need a winning team on your side. Gruber Law Offices will fight for the results you deserve. Call Gruber Law Offices today, a proud partner of your Milwaukee Brewers. One call, that's all.
.37 Wisconsin's Morning News. Brewers 360 is coming your way next. We'll check in with host of Brewers Extra Innings and a baseball expert, Dom Catronio, who's pitching tonight, for example.
That's one question.
No, So a lot to get to with Dom. Delicious.
Yeah, it was pretty intense. Great
This is
atmosphere.
you. This is Erik Bilstad's personal audio.
Yep, this is in the concourse after the game on Saturday.
Electric.
It was an amazing crowd, just loud, tense. A lot of people stood the whole game. Lots of Northsiders there as well.
I also have some audio from Saturday.
Oh, okay.
Not quite as intense.
Okay. Very cordial.
History was made in another way in downtown Milwaukee Saturday night.
You are the first ever audience to see a performance in this beautiful and unique space. And what a performer we have tonight who will be gracing this hallowed stage shortly.
So congratulations to the Milwaukee Repertory Theater. That's Artistic Director Mark Clements there speaking to the audience on Saturday night. The performer, whom he referenced, Broadway diva Bernadette Peters, and she was the first ever performer in the brand new thing. The Rep staged its first performance following I think it pushed $80 million. It was 70, 75, and a little bit here, a little bit there, but this is the grand renovation of its entire theater space, now called the Associated Bank Theater Center.
This morning on Wells Street, we officially cut the ribbon to celebrate the opening of the Associated Bank Theater Center, which now gives Milwaukee Rep the perfect platform to build on the amazing 71-year-old artistic legacy of this great company.
Again, Mark Clements there speaking to the audience. So really nice night. I mean, what can I tell you about the space? It's so much more functional, so much more room to gather.
Oh, good. Okay.
I talked to the bartender a little bit, like if you've been to the Rep recently, they have these little kiosks where you can get it, and then the lines are long and they don't really look functional. And so now it's an actual concessions area. And I said to the bartender, "You liking your new digs?" Like, yeah. I don't have to pull stuff out here. I don't have to attach things.
Right.
Like it just, it's been 40 years since the Rep did a major renovation in this space. So now it's built to function for today's theater-going audiences.
How was the show?
Show was great. I mean, Bernadette Peters is who she is. I mean, she is. She's a Broadway diva. And she came in and
played it up.
Exactly that show, right? She had a pianist who was amazing, bass player, and then a percussionist, and that was that. At one point, she laid down on the piano and sang her song. So, like, a lot of it was old-timey Broadway stuff, so shows that I'm not terribly familiar with, but you know the titles, State Fair, Carousel.
Yeah.
South Pacific, all the classics. But the folks who were gathered there were as much there to see the space and to be a part of that moment. And it is really cool. And not for nothing, again, in terms of the future of the performing arts in Milwaukee. Here's Mark Clements again.
This beautiful, innovative, state-of-the-art new theater complex, perfectly placed where it should be in downtown Milwaukee, in the theater district, will offer us an even greater opportunity to attract some of the most extraordinary actors, writers, and theater practitioners to our beautiful city and company.
So the next big show, your opportunity to see the space and enjoy theater there, will be Come From Away. It's an amazing musical that opens in November at Milwaukee Repertory Theater. Now brand new for the next generation. 8:41 on Wisconsin's Morning News. Brewers 360 coming up next.
Change your grocery game plan to locally owned Century Foods, home of the best meat, freshest produce, and tastiest treats. Now through Wednesday, save on 10.23 to 11.5 ounce selected varieties Mars Fun Size Candy, $4.49. 8.1 to 11.5 ounce selected varieties Bear Creek Soup Mix, $3.49. 128 ounce pale selected varieties Blue Ribbon Frozen Dairy Dessert, $5.99. 64 ounce selected varieties Sunny D Citrus Drinks, 2 for $3.
I am starving.
Oh, no. Never walk into a Century when you're hungry.
Unless it's free sample day. Ooh, oh, pizza, yes. I'd love to try that one.
My husband thinks he can make a meal out of grocery store samples.
Need to wash this down. I think I see someone handing out samples in the liquor department.
Geez, can we focus on our list?
What's this?
It says you can win 2 tickets to Green Bay's home game against Chicago on December 7th.
Or autographed footballs, or a 4-pack of Green Bay Hall of Fame tickets.
You have to enter through Century's Facebook or Instagram.
I'll be entering this on my phone in the deli next to that cheese sample station.
Enter by November 12th.
Hey, John Mercure here for Azura Memory Care and Assisted Living. It's kindness, it's compassion, it's very specialized training. Their mission is to transform the culture of care, and they're doing that every single day. I've been in their places. I've seen how they love and take care of people with cognitive decline, Alzheimer's, or other related dementia symptoms. In part at Azura, they do such a great job because their staff goes through specialized training. They're going to take great care of you. Locations throughout southeast Wisconsin, Wisconsin-based, family-owned. It's Azura.
Welcome back to Ask Hasselus.
What makes Hasselus mattress different?
Aside from employee-free showrooms, free next-day delivery, and prices that are way too low?
Yeah, besides that.
Hasselus Mattress is locally owned and managed by the same family.
So,
your money stays right here. And through Monday, you'll get a $248 credit towards a new Beautyrest, Sealy Posturepedic, and CertaPerfect Sleeper just for shopping local.
Thanks.
For what?
For being different.
Find a no-hassle, employee-free showroom near you at Hasselus.com.
Checking in with Debbie here at 8:43.
All right, got a new accident, 894 northbound, just north of Beloit Road. It's off on the right shoulder, so that's something to keep in mind. Other than that, westbound 94 slowing down west of Highway 100 all the way to about Sunny Slope Road. Eastbound's backing up from 76th Street through the Stadium interchange. Southbound 43 backing up from before Hampton, pretty much all the way down to about Burleigh. On northbound 41 backing up from Mayfair Road all the way up to Hampton. I'm Debbie Lazago with your WTMJ Time Saver Traffic.
Brewers 360 is sponsored by Outdoor Living Unlimited and Big Fish Contracting.
You know, we have a new number.
Yeah, we do.
It's
we haven't
getting
played this yet today.
It's getting smaller.
The Brewers Ultra Super Mega Magic number.
8. That means 8 W's, and the championship is yours.
Joined now by host of Brewers Extra Innings, Dom Catronio. I like that number, Dom. It's as good as the number could be on this Monday morning.
I mean, why not? Who says no?
Hey, man, were you in the clubhouse? Did you your clothes dry yet?
Yeah, we did a good load of laundry yesterday. Thank goodness I could finally unpack from my series, and it was great. You know, I got hit a few more times than usual this time. The guys were great. The vibe I got in the clubhouse was a lot of relief. I'm not gonna lie. It was a lot of tension finally released and just, gosh, they finally did it, that, and I think you could see that on Yelly's face. You could see that on Murph's face. You could see that on the veterans of this team.
All right, so what do you do tonight? We know Blake Snell is pitching for the Dodgers tonight. We know Yamamoto is pitching for them tomorrow. We know Freddie Peralta is pitching for the Crew tomorrow, but we don't know who's pitching tonight.
I would go with an opener. I really would. And then set up Quinn Priester to follow. Now, we don't know the Brewers roster yet. That needs to be submitted to the league roster in the next hour and 15 or so. I anticipate one move potentially happening, and that is adding a lefty to this bullpen. I do think they're still going to roll with 14 position players and 12 pitchers. I do think, though, what they'll do is maybe replace one of their relievers. So it could be just replacing Robert Gasser for a different lefty, or maybe they replace Gasser with one lefty and replace another player with another. So the reason why I think they go with an opener is, as I worked that Philly-Dodgers series, is that one thing that Philly did very well and how they neutralized Shohei Ohtani. He went just 1 for 18 in that first series because of his 20 total plate appearances. 16 of them were against a left-handed pitcher. And I think that's what the focus is going to be for the Brewers, which is why I think it's going to be an opener tonight.
You don't just throw Priester as the starter, like give the kid a redemption start. He's at home where he's been amazing. I mean, he's been amazing everywhere. Let's not forget, but for his faltering late down the stretch and a very forgettable start in Chicago here in the playoffs, I mean, he was amazing for us all season. You don't just give him the ball to start?
Yeah, I think that all the game planning and all of the, what he did for you in the regular season, starting the right. Well, look, all that matters is winning the game, and everyone's an out-getter at this point. This isn't your dad's baseball game anymore. I'm sorry, it's just not. And all that matters is getting 27 outs, and what's the best way to do it? And like we saw in Game 5, you may not know. Maybe the plan changes. I know they were hoping to get Miz for 4 innings, but the fact that they got him 4-4 was a huge bonus. The reason I go with Quinn to follow an opener is it gives you an opportunity to say, if you get an opener a clean first inning, it means Priester can get you through 6 innings, which would be massive.
You go McGill now to start from now on? I mean, you don't really need him.
Out-getter, or opening out-getter.
Yeah, you don't need him to close anymore.
I think you keep McGill as a closer for the starter. I do think they would start a lefty only in this series against the Dodgers, just given that top of the order being, lefty Shohei. Generally, it would be righty with Mookie and Teoscar Hernandez. But Teo's really struggled against lefties lately, so that could be something to exploit as well. I think McGill, as great as it was in Game 5, he is going to be somebody the Brewers still give leverage innings to, just probably not the 9th inning.
Dom Cotroneo with us on Brewers 360. To your earlier point out of the gate, Dom, the relief that you sensed in that clubhouse, does it give the opportunity for the Brewers to play a little freer? And by that, I mean just to not press, not that they won't have these postseason nerves, not that we don't want to get to the World Series, all of those things, but just that monkey off their back. It's no longer the Cubs. Back to no one's giving you a chance.
Yeah. I think it's familiar territory now for the Brewers, where I know Blake Snell was trying to, say, oh, they're not average Joes, they're a really good team, which they are. I'm never going to discredit the Brewers. They are a really good team. And something I asked these guys yesterday in the clubhouse was, is it fair that everyone's going to instantly put this label as David versus Goliath, and you guys are David and this plucky underdog and all this stuff? And there was kind of a consensus of in the clubhouse of, yeah, we're not David. Granted, David wins that battle, as we all know. But the theory is David isn't the best record in baseball. David isn't 6-0 against the Dodgers. So, and David isn't the team that has the worst betting odds to win the World Series of the 4 remaining teams, which I think is fascinating. So the way I see it is this team understands, okay, they survived. They got it done. They face a team that they've had success against. And quite frankly, what a story it could be that it is this little payroll against the best team of money could buy.
What do we need to know about the Dodgers? Any nuggets, any tidbits you think that's important?
their bullpen is a vulnerable spot. Their bullpen is in a very weird transition right now because they can survive a 5-game series virtually only using starters and piggybacking guys. So they've used their starting rotation is unbelievable. It's the best I've ever seen. But they can't only use Roki Sasaki and Alex Vezia. They're 2 relievers they trust. They only have 2 guys they truly trust in that bullpen, maybe with Emmett Sheehan as well. Blake Trinan's had a brutal year. Clayton Kershaw may not even be on the roster. They have a couple of rookies down there that don't know what this is going to be like. Even, their closer that they spent $70 million on isn't on the roster because he's hurt, Tanner Scott. So if you get to Brewers baseball where you work these long at-bats and you drive up the pitch count and you force Dave Roberts to go to his bullpen in the 5th or the 6th as opposed to the 7th or the 8th, that's going to be the key to this series for the Brewers.
Dom, does it matter one bit at all in any way, shape, or form that the Brewers happen to have swept the regular season series against this very team? Or is this a totally different team in the postseason?
It means absolutely nothing. It's good for your
Congrats,
own,
right?
It's good for your own feeling, like, hey, we were 6-0 against them. But quite frankly, Mookie and Freddie were not themselves when the Brewers faced them because they faced them in like a 2-week span. Blake Snell wasn't healthy. Tyler Glasnow wasn't the Brewers missed Tyler Glasnow. He only faced him once, I believe. They beat up Yoshinobu Yamamoto, the worst start of his career, Japan or America. And it just feels like an anomaly. But yet, you're 6-0, and it's cool. But until you get punched in the mouth, how are you going to punch back?
Dom Catronio
Let's
with
go.
us on Brewers 360, 7:08 first pitch from American Family Field tonight. Thanks, Dom.
Brewers in 7.
Brewers in 7, baby.
Holy cow, do you believe it?
Are there a couple more air horns we need to get going?
Oh, now we got guns.
Okay, now there's fireworks.
Well, I'd rather Brewers in 4, but that's just me.
We'll take it.
Okay. 894 northbound. We do have an accident at Beloit Road. It is off on the right shoulder, so watch out for that. Northbound on 41 starts to slow down pretty much at North Avenue all the way up to Hampton. Southbound slowing down before the county line to about Good Hope Road. Eastbound 94, watch for delays from 76th Street all the way through the Stadium Interchange. I'm Debbie Lazago with your WTMJ Time Saver Traffic.
It was always said about Milwaukee Brewer legend Jim Gantner that he played the game the right way.
God gave me the talent to play baseball, but it's up to me what I want to do with it.
It's just such an exciting partnership for us at Big Fish Contracting. I'm thinking there's a chance if you sign up with us, Jim Gantner may be dropping off a tube of caulk at your house.
Shingles, whatever.
See how Big Fish Contracting is renovating homes and redeeming an industry at bigfishcontracting.com.
For over a century, local broadcasting has evolved with the needs of the community. We move past the stigmas of opinion journalism and bring the most relevant news online, on air, and on the go. You have trusted us with your news, sports, weather, and entertainment. Trust us to keep moving with you. Text radio to 52886 and tell Congress local broadcasting is here to stay.
4 years ago, I opened a doggy dream space unlike anything in Wisconsin. A place that offers it all: daycare, boarding, grooming, and a one-of-a-kind indoor-outdoor dog park and tavern. A hangout as fun for humans as it is for hounds. I'm Leah, proud owner of the Hounds and Tap in Menominee Falls. Our love, passion, and commitment to dogs and the community are at the core of everything we do. From our incredible staff to top-tier services, we've built something truly special at the Hounds and Tap. Come see for yourself. Visit the Hounds and Tap in Menominee Falls today.
Brewers fans, it's time to rally. Join us Thursday night for an NLCS Game 3 watch party, presented by Potawatomi Hotel and Casino and sponsored by Surfside. Catch every pitch, every swing, and every big moment with the Hometown Call, broadcasting live inside the Potawatomi Sportsbook Annex. Enjoy great food, cold drinks, and the electric energy of Brewers fans coming together as the crew fights for another postseason win. It all happens Thursday night at 7 o'clock, the Game 3 watch party, live from the Potawatomi Sportsbook Annex. 620 WTMJ is your home for Brewers baseball.
Your way inside the huddle.
Hit one, hit two.
Without putting on any pads.
Hike.
It's Green and Gold Insiders on Wisconsin's Afternoon News. Every day of the regular season at 4:15.
We asked Matt LaFleur today, what are you hoping to get out of this bye week? And his answer was one word: health.
Green and Gold Insiders is presented by Window Nation. It's Green and Gold Insiders all season long, right here on WTMJ. WTMJ, W277CV, and WKTI HD2 Milwaukee from the Annex Wealth Management Studios. This is News Radio WTMJ, a Good Karma brand station.
8:56 on Wisconsin's Morning News. I want to squeeze this in before the top of the hour because it's important. There is still movement. There's still conversations on a decision that will and already has begun to affect hundreds of thousands of people here in southeast Wisconsin whose doctors and healthcare are through Ascension.
Happening today on Wisconsin's Morning News.
Could be happening even right now. I have sourced information this morning, that representatives from United Healthcare are meeting in person today with the bigs at Ascension. What they're trying to do is hammer out an agreement that right now has left people who are insured through UHC unable in most cases to see their doctors at Ascension if they want to be covered in network. You can go see whatever doctor you want, but if you have insurance through United Healthcare, right now they don't have a deal right with Ascension. United Healthcare dropped Ascension from its network October 1, with the two sides failing to arrive at a new contract. They had a previous deal of 3 years that expired on September 31st. Full disclosure, United Healthcare is our insurance provider here at Good Karma Brands. So Ascension includes St. Joseph is the big one in the central city, St. Mary's on the east side, the big hospital there, hospitals and clinics all throughout southeast Wisconsin. And right now, for the most part, if you've got United Healthcare and you want to see your doctor who's with Ascension, it's considered out of network and considerably more expensive to you. At least doesn't count towards your deductible. All of those things and different math works out. So I reported earlier this month a statement from United Healthcare that indicated days after the deal expired, they did send a new proposal to Ascension. I'm told now from a source on the Ascension side that Ascension has twice countered to that proposal, sending it back to United Healthcare, and that there is an in-person meeting today as they try to reach an agreement. The other deadline that looms is open enrollment, which largely begins like November 1st.
Usually around now.
Yes.
You start getting into fall.
And that includes Medicare, Medicaid, choosing your insurance options there. It includes your workplace, your employer, what sort of options are available to you there. But both sides recognize that as people are going to make their health care choices right around this time, they have got to get to a deal here. Mm-hmm. If I'm told we reach open enrollment and open enrollment is going on and this deal isn't done, that means it could be a really protracted standoff, whether any deal gets done in the future. But right now, the good news is for those folks who have an interest in this, it appears that there is an in-person meeting today as both Ascension and United Healthcare try to reach a new agreement. 8:58, top of the hour news coming up.
Mondays and Tuesdays can be a challenge. Brighten up your day with a free dinner tonight at the historic Fox and Hound Supper Club near Holy Hill. Witness the spectacular fall colors as you drive through the Kettle Moraine Forest to the Fox and Hounds. Tonight, Tuesday, and Thursday, enjoy an 8-ounce beef tenderloin paired with a mahi-mahi topped with mango salsa, potato, super salad, and the Fox and Hounds homemade bread with honey cinnamon butter for $68.99. And that's for 2 dinners. Relax with an old-fashioned, over 20 bourbons, and 100 wines in the 8 unique dining rooms. The Fox and Hounds is off Highway 167, east of the Holy Hill Shrine. The fall colors are breathtaking. Enjoy 2 beef tenderloin and mahi-mahi dinners tonight for under $69. All other dinners are buy one, get one free. Desserts, too. Tables are open. Serving from 4 p.m. Call and reserve. Google the Fox and Hounds for your free dinner.
Hey, it's John McGivern here. You know I love Network Health. One of the reasons is that they're local and they understand how important that is. Their exceptional customer service isn't just words on a page. It's what they do. It's what they've always done for over 41 years. Call 833-7-NETWORK today. HMO and POS plans underwritten by Network Health Plan. Compensation has been provided for using this endorsement of Network Health.
It's Gina Della. You've heard me define what makes Pella Windows and Doors different. Let me introduce you to the woman behind the billboards, commercials, and share my extraordinary journey of resilience, reinvention, and shattering glass ceilings every Saturday morning at 6:30 on 620 WTMJ and anywhere you stream podcasts for What's the Difference with Gina Della to discuss business coaching across all industries, featuring successful executives, entrepreneurs, and mentors along the way. This is a story you won't want to miss.
Find furniture for life from Ken Michaels Furniture in Brookfield, Greenfield, or downtown Milwaukee.
The best team in baseball taking on the defending champs.
And the Brewers have a date with the Dodgers. Uribe deals to Carson Kelly, swinging a bouncer to short. Ortiz has it, and the Brewers are going to the championship series.
Our radio network game day cover starts tonight at 6:30. October runs through the home of the Brewers. News Radio 620, WTMJ, Milwaukee.
Just after 9 o'clock, I'm Vince Vitrano on Wisconsin's Morning News. It's Monday, October 13th. Our top story, emotional reunions in Israel as hostages are freed.
I'm Erik Bilstad. The countdown begins. The NLCS Game 1 is tonight.
Storm team forecast, a high of 67 degrees today with a slight chance of showers this morning. Some of that shower activity getting into the far eastern part of the state should be out over the lake later this morning. Then skies turning mostly cloudy. Again, a high of 67. Low down to 53 tonight under partly cloudy skies. Right now it's 61 in Milwaukee. And from the WTMJ Breaking News Center, President Trump on his way to Egypt. Meanwhile, families in Israel holding emotional reunions with freed hostages who'd been in captivity held by Hamas for more than 2 years.
In order to cement this peace deal, President Trump's two top negotiators, Steve Witkoff and his son-in-law Jared Kushner, met directly with Hamas leaders last week to assure them that President Trump was going to stand behind his 20-point peace plan and that he was going to hold the Israelis to it as well.
A 20-point peace plan to be discussed at a meeting between some 20 Mideast leaders, including the president then as well, that is in Egypt, and Air Force One was wheels up from Tel Aviv within the hour.
Here at home, Milwaukee police say a woman dead after her daughter beat her in the head with a rock. The medical examiner is reporting that the victim, Carrie Zettel, a 64-year-old, died of blunt force trauma. This happened Sunday near 23rd and Ramsey on the south side of Milwaukee. Police say Zettel's 29-year-old daughter is in custody this morning.
Best record in all of baseball, swept the Dodgers in the regular season, and yet our Milwaukee Brewers enter the National League Championship Series as the heavy underdogs. The team relying on its chemistry as they get set to face the Los Angeles Dodgers.
Caleb Durbin and Bryce Terang say it's been a theme all year, the power of friendship.
I think it's just that chemistry that you have in the clubhouse builds that trust on the field.
Power of friendship, as people say, and that's, like he said, it's a real thing. We got a good group of guys who believe in themselves, and they go out there and do what they do best.
The Crew looking to win their first National League pennant. The powerhouse Dodgers seeking their third World Series in the last 6 years. The best-of-7 series starting tonight at AmFam with a 7:08 first pitch. Neil Doyle, WTMJ News.
Here comes Post Malone. The 18-time Grammy Award nominee is coming to the lakefront. Malone will be a headliner at Summerfest next year during the second weekend of the festival. This is June 27th. Malone's among the best-selling music artists worldwide. He currently holds the record for most Diamond-certified songs. He's got 9. Tickets go on sale Friday.
City set to open a new entertainment venue downtown, and it's got a new name. Milwaukee Business Journal editor-in-chief Timothy Gibbons on WTMJ.
The venue, which has been called FPC Live kind of unofficially, is now Landmark Credit Union Live. The venue is anticipated to open in February. It's going to be about 2,500 seats, and the idea is that it's another place where Milwaukee's thriving music scene can thrive.
Downtown officials promise the venue will complement the area alongside Fiserv Forum and in and around Deer District.
A powerful storm is causing problems along the East Coast.
Coastal flood, rough surf, and high wind advisories are posted from the Carolinas to Maine. Lisa Conti lives at Broadkill Beach, Delaware.
I'm hoping it doesn't take a whole lot of our beach. That's my main concern.
Louisa Montgomery is on Sullivan's Island, South Carolina.
I've never seen this awful erosion. This is so scary. I would not want a big beach house for all the tea in China.
The storm dumped nearly 10 inches of rain in parts of South Carolina. Jim Crisula, CBS News.
Scientists are talking about rising temperatures, rising sea levels, and more violent storms as researchers map the nation's potential for natural disasters.
Across the country, the National Association of Realtors Housing and Climate Risk Report finds 26.1% of homes, nearly $13 trillion worth, are exposed to wildfire, flooding, or wind damage. While some states, Wyoming, Montana, the Dakotas, and the upper Midwest, face very little risk, homeowners in Florida have seen flood insurance rates soar, while many in California can't afford insurance against wildfires. Jim Ryan, ABC News.
News about your money, the WTMJ Annex Wealth Management Market Update. Dow is just skyrocketing right now. The Dow is up 507. That's more than 1%. The NASDAQ is up more than 2%, up 466. And the S&P is up 1.5%, up 99 as they get underway.
Financial planning at every level. Annex Comprehensive Wealth, Annex Private Client, Annex Ignite. Details at annexwealth.com.
Outdoor Living Unlimited, WTMJ News Time, 9:06.
Healthy joints, healthy lifestyle. Vince Vitrano for Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin. Arthritis, injuries, wear and tear, common joint issues that keep you from doing what you love. At OAW, a visit to the doctor doesn't always mean surgery. Everyone is different. Surgeons, nurses, physical therapists work together to come up with a plan for you. Maybe it's PT, medication, injection, and if you do need surgery, like I did, you know you're in the best of hands. Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin, there is a difference. Book an appointment online at orthowisconsin.com.
For over 40 years, the Boucher Automotive Group is proud to have served Wisconsin with dedication and heart, one customer at a time. But we knew we could do even more.
In the last 5 years, we've expanded across the state, adding new locations, new brands, and new ways to better serve you.
At Boucher, growth isn't always about being bigger. It's about being better. Better selection, better service, better experiences.
Where you're going matters, and Boucher is driven to get you there. The Boucher Automotive Group. We ride with you every mile.
Oh no, stomach issues again?
Stomach issues?
Who are you?
Your pancreas. I could be the real reason for your diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose oily stools.
I thought it was my stomach.
People often do, but any of these symptoms could mean having a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and speak with your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
It all comes down to this, folks.
Yep, the entire season is on the line. But my throat has officially thrown in the towel.
Sounds like you need Vicks VapoCool drops. They're max strength and vaporize sore throat pain.
Whoa! These VapoCool drops hit fast.
Speaking of fast, did you just see that play?
Yeah, he vaporized that ball.
That pun should have come with a penalty.
Vaporize sore throat pain with Vicks VapoCool drops. Use as directed. VapoCool.
Time for a WTMJ Sports Update for the Gruber Law Office's One Call, That's All Sports Desk. Brewers and Dodgers, Game 1 of the NLCS at American Family Field tonight. Brewers have not yet announced a starter for Game 1. L.A. planning to go with left-hander Blake Snell. First pitch, 7:08. Our coverage gets underway just after the 6 o'clock news with Brewers warm-up here on WTMJ. Packers on the road this coming Sunday, working this week ahead of that 3:25 kick in Arizona against the Cardinals. Packers 27-18 winners over the Bengals yesterday in Green Bay. NBA preseason action. Bucks beat the Bulls 127-121. And 7th-ranked Wisconsin volleyball picked up a 3-set win over Maryland on Sunday. The Badgers now 12-2 on the season. Badger Sports Updates are sponsored by Siding Unlimited. It's siding and a whole lot more.
WTMJ time. Saver traffic 94 eastbound. Highway 16 through the zoo and into downtown. For the most part, you're okay there. Shouldn't have much trouble. Heads up right around Barker in that stretch. There's some vehicles on the side of the road. You should be able to get around it just fine, though. It does tighten up right before you get to the stadium as the usual stretch there, so you're going to see a couple of minutes of delay, but you'll get through it. Same with 4145. You got some slowdowns heading south into the construction, but otherwise you are good to go.
Your WTMJ 5-day forecast. A slight chance of showers continues here through the morning. Some shower activity moving west to east into pretty much all of southeast Wisconsin. But we should be rid of that by late morning. High of 67 degrees today, low down to 53 tonight. Partly cloudy Tuesday, chance of showers in the afternoon and evening, high 64. Wednesday, chance of those showers lingering into the morning, then mostly cloudy with a high of 60 degrees. Thursday, 64 for the high, slight chance of rain. And for Friday, back up to 70 degrees for a high temperature under partly cloudy skies. Milwaukee right now at 61.
Live from the Annex Wealth Management Studios at the Avenue in downtown Milwaukee, this is Wisconsin's Morning News. Here are your hosts, Erik Bilstad and Vince Vitrano.
10 minutes after 9 o'clock, Wisconsin's Morning News this Monday morning. Erik and I will take you up to the top of the hour, and lots to get to still this hour. Continue to monitor the president's movements. He is in the Middle East. He has left Tel Aviv about an hour and a half ago, headed for Egypt, a peace summit there after he celebrated with an address to the Israeli parliament earlier today. So we'll bring you some highlights from the president's remarks through the morning and monitor his progress as he makes his way to Egypt for an important meeting with other Mideast leaders. Meanwhile, back here at home, Milwaukee Admirals will open their home season this weekend at UWM Panther Arena amid this ongoing debate and angst. A lot of people have asked me about this. Some of them are interested parties. Others are just, folks who live here and are curious what's going on. The Wisconsin Center District, their hearing, wants to tear down the arena along with the Miller High Life Theater next door.
There is no plan. There is no discussion about demolishing either or both of those buildings.
That is the president and CEO of the Wisconsin Center District, Marty Brooks. He's trying to dump water on that fire. And he's heard all the things that have been said and joined us on Wisconsin's Morning News for his first really extended comments since the revelation of this study that is underway. It's been commissioned by the districts, and it's a best use study. What are the best uses for these properties that are currently standing there? Now, in fairness to those wondering what's up, you don't ask to study the long-term future of the theater, of the arena, if you're not at least wondering whether they're viable facilities moving forward. The theater is grossly underutilized. The arena is 70 years old. So, in fairness to people saying, hey, what are you doing over here? Okay, well, you don't ask the question.
And you're going to have to pay to keep it up and running. So if you keep the the UWM Panther Arena the same as always.
Judges will allow the Mecca.
But if you're going to keep it forever, great. But it's going to cost you money to do so.
And what does that look like? Right. So from the perspective of the Wisconsin Center District, that's what we're doing. We're doing our due diligence. Brooks reiterating, however, it's not a predetermined outcome, and any conversations otherwise are premature.
Making assumptions of the outcome that are just incorrect. There have been no assumptions made. There's been no direction given to the research organization other than look at our market, look at other markets, and what are the opportunities that could possibly be pursued if they were supported.
Now, it has been suggested, out loud even, by Milwaukee Alderman Bob Bauman, who happens to be on the board of directors for the Wisconsin Center District, that Brooks already knows what he wants to hear. And that's that we should tear the buildings down and make way for a giant, quote-unquote, convention center hotel. Now, the back end of that, Brooks told us, is true. He would like to see a convention center hotel.
Our market has a very attractive convention center. Baird Center has gotten us worldwide attention, and we're seeing events and people looking at Milwaukee that never did. The challenge that we have is that most conventions want a headquarters hotel, which means they want all or most of their delegates staying in one place. That's currently not what we can do with the hotel package in the city.
Right, they can't be the Hilton?
It's not large enough. It's got the 475 now, and they're taking 175 to become the mark. But no hotel is ever going to give us 100% of their inventory. A convention center hotel, we would hope to enter into an agreement, we, the CVB, Visit Milwaukee and us, where they committed a percentage, say 80%, some high number of their inventory to us, the convention business.
I thought that was interesting and revealing. So what Brooks is saying is, yeah, okay, the Hilton's next door, and it's connected via Skywalk to the convention center. The Hyatt's on the other side. That's connected via Skywalk to the convention center.
Why isn't that enough?
Prompting my question. Yeah. Aren't these the convention center hotels? And he said they're looking for a more traditional convention center hotel model, which would be, a hotel that is willing to give up 80% of its inventory to one big convention that's going to be in town. And he said they struggle sometimes working with big conventions that can draw thousands of people here who want to deal with 1, 2, maybe a handful of hotel properties, as opposed to, in some cases, up to 30 here in Milwaukee.
That's crazy.
It's a 30? Big old pain. So when we talk about, well, do we need that much space? We don't need that much space all the time, but once in a while you do. And also they need, in Brooks's opinion, that type of relationship between the Wisconsin Center District and a big old hotel. Now, despite that, Brooks says doesn't have to be on the sites that are currently occupied by the theater and the arena. So you have conversations that can occur concurrently and separately, right? You can talk about whether or not we ought to do a convention center hotel, and you can talk about whether or not these sites might be the spot for that, but you could have both.
Right.
You could leave the theater, you could leave the arena, and you could also somewhere have a convention center hotel. I mean, the plaza that was across the way seemed to be like a good spot for that.
Now that's out of pocket now, right?
I think so, because they cut it in half by building a park there, or the plaza or whatever. I believe we call it Val R. Phillips Plaza, without regard to one of Wisconsin's most prominent African-American lawmakers. That has nothing to do with the name. I think it's a nice tribute to her, but was that the best use of the space to turn it into a plaza where the streetcar was ultimately going to stop, which is never going to happen. Because we can't even figure out a way to pay for its continuing operations, much less expand it over the river. So all of these plans are, I'm surprised they didn't turn it into a dog park. That gets floated every now and then.
We have one now.
Right. We had this giant piece of land that's perfect for that. There were some proposals. There were a couple of them that actually went through various stages of, is this what it's going to look like? And then it just never happened. And that wasn't Wisconsin Center District property. That's other property. And then you need other developers to come in. And would they get some sort of sweetheart deal from the city or things like that in order to make that happen? But to that point, there are other spots that you could look at for the quote-unquote convention center hotel if you wanted to do that. That didn't have to be the High Life Arena site or the High Life Theater site or the arena. Now, Brooks says, regardless, he's asking people to wait and see what the study reveals.
My expectation is the study will be revealed. It will create all kinds of speculation, all kinds of points of view, which is terrific because we need to have those discussions. Doing anything in the city requires it to be thoughtful and integrate within the entire community. So could it get chaotic in January? Absolutely, but that's okay. Let's have healthy discussions about the future of our city.
The other part of the discussion is, okay, fine. Say this study comes back and says, that arena, it's 70 years old and you're going to have to dump a lot of money into it and it doesn't make economic sense for the Wisconsin Center District. Well, okay, but does the district, must they consider other things other than what makes sense for the Wisconsin Center District? For example, is there a quality of life factor that is added to all of us because the Milwaukee Admirals call Milwaukee home, because the Milwaukee Wave have a place to play, because UWM can play its basketball games once in a while downtown instead of a gym on campus? And does Marty Brooks in the Wisconsin Center District have a duty to consider that, or do they not?
They don't. Asked them that, and obviously I think they think about things, but said that there's no obligation that you have to worry about the future of the tenants. That said, I don't think they want to turn their back on people, but there's no obligation there.
And if you have some sort of hope that the Admirals could find someplace else to play, where would that be? It's not going to be at Fiserv Forum. We've covered that before. They can do ice at Fiserv, but what they don't do is what we had at the Bradley Center, where they leave the ice down through the basketball season. They used to put this special layer between the ice and then the Bucks floor and the Marquette floor that they would lay down. They are out of that business. They don't want to do it, and it doesn't make financial sense for the ads either.
Is there another place similar other than the Kohl Center in Madison?
And to that point, even if they could work it out, if I'm the parent of the Nashville Predators, so Admirals are an AHL team. They're affiliated with the Nashville Predators.
Yeah.
If I'm them and I have to move the team anyway, I ain't moving them to Madison. I'm going to move them closer to us so we don't have to put people on an airplane to get in an NHL game tonight when you want to call somebody up and things of that. So I think if the Admirals were forced to move, that would be that. And that should be part of the conversation. Whether or not it will be, who knows? And what Brooks is saying is, Can we just put all this on pause right now until we even see what the study says? The study could come back and say, wonderful, brilliant. These buildings are valuable pieces of real estate, but they're perfectly employed and perfectly used and all that stuff. Does anyone expect that to be the case? All right. I'll add this as well because Brooks did answer the question directly put by us. He denied pursuing any influence over the results of the study that was also suggested by Alderman Bauman. He said, nope, that's not what's happening here. I'm in contact with the folks, obviously, but I'm not trying to steer them or direct them, nor do I know any preliminary results on the outcome of this study. Expect to hear all about it when the study comes out in January. 9:20 on Wisconsin's Morning News.
When people think sleep apnea, they think CPAP. Now at Advent, we do all we can to help sleep apnea sufferers avoid the CPAP machine. And most sleep apnea sufferers who come to Advent are going to be able to avoid a CPAP altogether. Our unique Advent approach using simple in-office solutions can get your nose working and throat open all under one roof. You see, the root of every snoring and obstructive sleep apnea problem lies within the throat, nose, or both. At Advent, we know when we get the nose and throat working properly, most snoring and sleep apnea problems will subside. And we have the most simple and convenient, ultra-effective in-office solutions that can do just that. And this is why people have traveled by planes, trains, and automobiles from corners of the world you would never think of to find the sleep apnea and snoring relief you won't find elsewhere.
Go to adventknows.com to schedule your appointment because Advent knows when you breathe well, you live better. AdventKnows.com. Most insurance accepted.
Does your bathroom belong in a haunted house? Or maybe it's just time for a refresh. WTMJ and Sidex are back with the Beautiful Bathroom Contest. One lucky listener will win a tub or shower conversion valued up to $10,000. It's easy. Snap a pic of your scary shower, terrifying tub, or even just one you're tired of. And enter now at WTMJ.com. Sidex makes it easy to go from fright to fabulous.
This week on What's on Tap with Sandy Max, discover why St. Kate, the Arts Hotel, is the perfect stop before or after your next concert, play, or performance. We're joined by Chris Schiefelbein, St. Kate's food and beverage manager, to talk about the brand new studio kitchen and creative cocktails that celebrate the arts. Whether you're meeting friends before the show or winding down after, St. Kate's bars and restaurants are the place to be. Running late? Grab pizza or sushi ready in minutes. Get acquainted with creativity. Learn more at stkatearts.com.
9:22 on Wisconsin's Morning News. You got your big thing this weekend.
Yes.
I don't have Saturday's weather, but I'm hoping you get a good one.
We got our Breakthrough T1D walk at Greenfield Park on Saturday morning. So proud and honored to be a part of this every year. As you know, I'm a type 1 diabetic, T1D as it's called. It's different than type 2. There is like some minor similarities, but they're very two different diseases. And one of the coolest parts about it, I'm always so proud of it, is like when you see some kids who have been living with T1D for years, and then you see other families that are brand new to it, and just this realization and this welcoming, opportunity to know that you're not alone, that there are so many other people that are kind of dealing with the same thing. And then you see the amount of money that people raise, these families, and the amount of money they raise for research and awareness, and to be able to live with T1D, or who knows, maybe stop it altogether. Is pretty cool. So I got to meet Yuvraj, kid from Brookfield, this past week, and he's raising all kinds of money on behalf of Breakthrough T1D, and he's doing so while living a healthy life.
I play tennis a lot. That's something I've been into. I play for my school team as well.
Meet Yuvraj.
Other hobbies,
typical 15-year-old boy from Brookfield. He's got his friends. He's interested in finance.
I hope to pursue a job like that in the future too. So
he looks healthy enough when you meet him.
So I actually have to go play tennis after this. So when I'm done, I'm gonna have to check my blood sugar, eat something to make sure my blood sugar is high, and then even while I'm playing, I'm gonna have to check every 20-30 minutes to make sure I'm not too low or not too high. And
you see, Yuvraj has type 1 diabetes, otherwise known as T1D. I have a direct. Oh, there you go. Yep, I know that sound. Yep, so I know exactly that sound. Yep. Been there. So T1D has similarities to type 2 diabetes, but they are dramatically different. T1D, typically diagnosed in children, but not always, is an autoimmune disease. Your pancreas stops producing necessary insulin to control your body's blood sugar. A blood sugar too high can cause catastrophic damage to your body. A blood sugar too low can mean falling unconscious, suffering a seizure, or even worse.
That's probably the worst thing you can be subjected to see your child suffer. It was very painful.
Tejwan Singh is Yuvraj's father. Yuvraj was first diagnosed back in 2019. It was unexpected, for Tejwan, a cardiologist by trade, knew all too well.
I've taken care of a lot of type 1 diabetics myself, and that was it's a double-edged sword. All of a sudden I could see how bad and nasty this disease can be if not well managed.
So the family had to learn together. Mom and Dad had to figure out how to teach their son this new normal. When they said, yeah, well, you have T1D, what was your reaction?
Honestly, I think I was a little confused when I first got it, but the only thing I understood was that my life was going to be completely different. I didn't realize that I would have to take a shot for every single thing, so that was a little hard to adjust.
I've had sleepless nights for years.
Constantly checking a blood sugar means long, exhausting days and nights.
Getting up in the middle of the night, giving him, sugar is too high, give him insulin, and then all of a sudden I dosed it, a little more, then I could not sleep for the next hour and a half to make sure is going to dip too low. Your child's life is at risk, how can you sleep?
There is hope. The medical devices used to treat T1D are getting more advanced all the time.
Technology is improving. It's not perfect yet. We have, ways to go.
The tech is improving by a lot, thanks to Breakthrough T1D, which raises money for research, finding new ways to live with, hopefully prevent or even stop type 1 diabetes.
I got my insulin pump. It's easy. I can just pull out my phone and just put a number in and it'll give me the insulin. So that's really useful.
As for Yuvraj, he's doing great. He was even able to travel to Washington, D.C. to push for more Breakthrough T1D initiatives.
I got to share my experiences with our senators. And honestly, it's one of the most life-changing experiences I think I've ever done because it made me realize I'm here to do something good. And there were 150 kids in total, and seeing all those kids from different states, it just made me realize that there are so many people out there like me.
Erik, Bilstad, WTMJ News. Super impressive kid, 15-year-old from Brookfield, Yuvraj, and he put together a walk page. His team name is the Diabetic Awareness Society. And I think it's pretty fascinating, too, what he wants to do with this. He's hoping that this almost becomes like a scholarship where every year someone else takes it and runs with it, even when he's graduated and doing bigger and better things. If you would like to donate to his page, this kid's raised nearly $18,000 already, which is remarkable.
That's awesome.
Just text the word WALK to 855-616-1620. You can see the story of Yuvraj. Pretty amazing stuff. Walk to 855-616-1620. And the big Type 1 Diabetes Breakthrough T1D Walk is Saturday at Greenfield Park. Couldn't be prouder to be a part of that and prouder of Yuvraj. It's awesome.
Coming up on 9:30 here, the president has arrived in Egypt for a summit on Gaza's future as the remaining surviving hostages held by Hamas for more than 2 years have been released and returned home as of today. We'll get a bottom-of-the-hour update from ABC News next.
With over 57 years of experience, family-owned Yutka Fence installs high-quality fencing with residential options including vinyl, wood, aluminum, chain link, and ornamental fences. Committed to craftsmanship and customer service, Yutka Fence doesn't just build fences, they build relationships based on care, trust, precision, and protecting what matters most. Mention you're a WTMJ fan for 10% off your project. Schedule your free estimate today at yutkafence.com or call 262-859-3226.
AccuNet Mortgage is an equal housing lender. NMLS ID 255368.
The fall home buying season is officially here, which sometimes means less competition among home buyers, but that doesn't seem to be the case this year, with most listings still getting multiple offers. Now, a lot of home shoppers just go with their bank for their pre-approval. But if you'd like to get into your new home for the holidays, now's the time to get started with a rock-solid guaranteed pre-approval from AccuNet, or switch if you started somewhere else. Not only will we put a $2,000 guarantee behind our fully verified pre-approval, we'll also work with you and your real estate agent to craft offers that get accepted over the rest. Our favorite tool is to see if we can get an appraisal waiver for the property you're trying to buy. Sure, that takes more effort on our part, but adding those magic words, "no appraisal required," to your property-specific pre-approval can be the difference maker. And our closing costs are typically $1,000 to $3,000 less than the banks for the same rate. Get started with your rock-solid guaranteed pre-approval by clicking on the blue button today at Accunet.com. That's ACCUNET.com.
Get the beat of the Bucks straight from a fan favorite and Bucks legend.
Welcome to the fantastic voyage. Marcus Johnson, the captain of this vessel.
Tap into Here District with Marcus Johnson, a Bucks Plus audio production.
My first mate, Chris Johnson, the only father and son tandem.
Your weekly pulse on the Milwaukee Bucks and conversations with the biggest names in basketball. This week on the pod, Marcus and Chris talk to skills trainer Clint Parks. Find Here District now on Bucks.com/plus, the Bucks app, or wherever you get your podcast.
This is a special report from ABC News. I'm Brian Clark. Cheers today across Israel as Hamas released all 20 living hostages after more than 2 years. And President Trump told the Israeli parliament,
"The long and painful nightmare is finally over."
As for the deceased, the Israeli military says the Red Cross is en route to pick up a number of coffins from a designated location. Israel says it released more than 1,900 Palestinian prisoners as part of its end of the first part of this peace agreement. The long-term future is now the topic of a peace summit in Egypt. Former Defense and State Department official Steve Ganyard says while there are plenty of questions about what happens next in Gaza,
what's going to need to happen for the international community is get the humanitarian supplies in and then begin to think about how do the Israelis begin to withdraw. But
President Trump is just arrived in Egypt where he is co-chairing that summit. This is ABC News.
Outdoor Living Unlimited, WTMJ News Time, 9:31.
From the WTMJ Breaking News Center, a woman beaten to death at Milwaukee's South Side, now identified by authorities. According to the medical examiner's office, at 64-year-old Carrie Zettel, she died of blunt force trauma. Police say Zettel was hit in the head with a rock by her 29-year-old daughter. This was Sunday afternoon, 23rd and Ramsey City, South Side. Daughter is in custody with charges pending.
Even after having the best regular season record in baseball, the Brewers still underdogs in the NLS, which starts tonight against the Dodgers at American Family Field.
Manager Pat Murphy putting the belief in his players, saying they've adopted that underdog mentality.
And they feel responsible for each other, and I don't want to let him down, my teammate. I want to do the job for him instead of, it's all about me, I got to do the job, I got to look good. No. I got to be responsible to him. So I think it's a teammate thing when you got young players.
The Crew have never won a title and made their only World Series appearance in 1982, the Dodgers seeking their third title in the last 6 years. A 7:08 first pitch for Game 1 tonight at American Family Field. Neil Doyle, WTMJ News.
Milwaukee's Mitchell Park Domes are known, yes, of course, for all the beautiful plants and such, but Executive Director Krista Beal-Diefenbach telling WTMJ more animals are part of the Dome's reimagined plan.
One of the things I haven't talked very much about publicly, one of the things we're going to do is have an insectarium. So there will be opportunities for kids to see different types of insects of the world and experience that piece of our ecosystem and understand why, insects are actually really important.
Beal-Diefenbach saying the new amenities are all part of a new business model as the Domes look toward a post-restoration future.
Post Malone is coming to Milwaukee. He'll play Summerfest. He'll be the headliner next year during the second weekend of the festival. So this would be June 27th. Tickets go on sale Friday for Post Malone.
Time for news, much money. WTMJ Annex Wealth Management Market Update. We're 33 minutes off the opening bell on Wall Street, and stocks battling back after big losses on Friday. The Dow Jones Industrial Average is up this morning more than 400 points, right about 1% to 45,924. S&P 500 is at 6636. That's up over 1%, and the NASDAQ up 1 3/4% to 22,595. Financial planning at every level. Annex Comprehensive Wealth, Annex Private Client, Annex Ignite. Details at annexwealth.com.
WTMJ time saver traffic, 94 eastbound, Highway 16 through the zoo is looking good. From the zoo to downtown, still tight around the stadium, so be prepared for that. Some slowdowns in that area, 2 or 3 minute delay at most there would look like anyway at the moment. 4145 is looking all right. 45 southbound there, getting into the construction zone is going to slow you down just a bit, but should get through there once you're good. And 94 northbound from Layton into the Marquette, that is a 8-minute trip, so right on time.
Your WTMJ 5-day forecast, high of 67 degrees today after these showers get out over the lake. Largely in Waukesha and Walworth counties now, but set to move into Racine, Kenosha, Milwaukee counties as well. North of the city into Ozaukee County. But we'll be on our way to a high of 67 after that's on the way out. Partly cloudy skies tonight, low down to 53. High of 64 on Tuesday with a chance in the afternoon of some showers. Those showers could linger into the overnight and even Wednesday morning hours. Wednesday's high 60 degrees, 64 the high on Thursday with a slight chance of rain, and back up to 70 for the high temp on Friday. Right now at 61.
Outdoor Living Unlimited, WTMJ News Times, 9:35.
Hey, WTMJ, Steve Scafidi here. Are you a member of the State of Wisconsin Pension Program? If so, you may have questions about your benefits and what they mean to your retirement plan. Join me along with Anik Wealth Management Director of Financial Planning Erik Strom and Senior Financial Planner Tom Burkholz on October 21st at 3:30 p.m. We'll discuss fundamentals, like how to look at your statement, and go deeper looking at case studies that may help relieve concerns and answer your questions about WRS. That's Tuesday, October 21st at 3:30 p.m. Register now. Visit WTMJ.com or events at AnixWealth.com.
Brewers fans want to hit up Potawatomi Sportsbook before a postseason game but need a ride to the game. Hit 2 balls with 1 bat by hitching a ride on the Potawatomi Game Day Shuttle. Make any purchases in Sportsbook or same-day sports bet to get a wristband and seat on the shuttle. Shuttles begin approximately 2 hours before first pitch. Return shuttles run nonstop for an hour after the game. For more information, visit Potawatomi.com. Bet above the rest.
No matter how many people are in your family, buying new jackets for the cold weather months can be expensive. But when you shop St. Vincent de Paul thrift stores, prices on cold weather jackets will give you a sigh of relief because thrift store prices mean great deals. And right now we have a great selection. Find great deals on cold weather jackets for the family at St. Vincent de Paul thrift stores on Highway 100 in Layton and Greenfield, 23rd in Lincoln, and 76th and Bradley Road in Milwaukee.
You're gonna love it, St. Vincent de Paul.
Hey, John Mercure here for Azura Memory Care and Assisted Living. It's kindness, it's compassion, it's very specialized training. Their mission is to transform the culture of care, and they're doing that every single day. I've been in their places. I've seen how they love and take care of people with cognitive decline, Alzheimer's, or other related dementia symptoms. In part at Azura, they do such a great job because their staff goes through specialized training. They're going to take great care of you. Locations throughout southeast Wisconsin, Wisconsin-based, family-owned. It's Azura.
The next time you're due for service, visit richlands.com to schedule an appointment at any of our 5 conveniently located facilities.
All AAA approved and all staffed by ASE certified technicians ready to serve you.
Richlands.
Hey, this is WTMJ's Steve Scafidi here to talk about my brand new show, WTMJ Outdoors. Coming up, we're talking turkey. This week we talk hunting in Wisconsin, deer hunting from the outdoors perspective, equipment, and deer camp. And we wrap it up with a conversation about wolves in Douglas County, Wisconsin. All things Wisconsin outdoors. Join us every Saturday, 2 to 3, right here on 620 WTMJ.
It's WTMJ Outdoors, presented by Outdoor Living Unlimited.
Now batting, the catcher, William Contreras. That's Williams' walk-up music. 7:08 first pitch at American Family Field tonight.
Pomerantz deals. Fly ball left center. Crow Armstrong is on the move. He's running out of room. It's gone! William Contreras gives the Brewers a 1-0 lead on his second home run of the series.
How about it? So that ended okay on Saturday. And here we are. The NLCS is here. Outside of us continuing our postseason run here and having a best-of-7 series for a shot to go to the World Series, also dividends are being paid today, E.
Oh, that's right.
You recall we let you know about an important wager that was made.
Mm-hmm. Between the Milwaukee Archbishop and the Chicago Cardinal, right, over the Cubs and Brewers.
Yes.
Oh, there it is. He's getting his tattoo now. Brewers logo being tattooed on his arm. Per the bet.
The Cardinal?
For the Cardinal.
In Chicago? No, that was not the bet.
Says Go Crew underneath it.
That was not the bet between these two religious leaders.
That was not the bet.
But the bet is being paid today. In fact, about 45 minutes from now, Open Door Cafe at the Cathedral of St. John the Evangelist will host the event. They're sending up from Chicago. Well, I imagine they'll get it locally, but it's Lou Malnati's Pizza. They're donating the pizzas. They're going to be delivered at 10:30 this morning. That was the bet.
Cool.
The cafe manager, Father Tim Kitsky, is going to be there. Cathedral rector as well. This was a bet between Archbishop Grob and the Cardinal of Chicago, Blaise Kupich. And so Cardinal Kupich had to send up or take care of the pizza delivery, and is also, yes, getting the Brewers tattoo right now. I don't know. We don't know what they made. There might have been a side wager. Had we lost, I guess we'd be sending brats in that direction. But either way, everything is going to benefit those in need of a good meal.
Yeah, that's awesome.
That is happening just after 10 o'clock this morning. Meanwhile, did you see... I don't know why, but the Brewers put out a big news release. I'm going to tease my friends over at the Brewers for putting out this news release. Here's the title. American Family Field unveils new menu items for 2025 National League Championship Series. You know, I wasn't going to go to Game 1 tonight, but that brat, though.
So what's the new food? Is it
does it even
is it NLCS themed?
I don't know. They got some new beer. All right, actually, I would like to try this. The Leinenkugel's Walk-Off Wheat.
Oh.
It's a sunset wheat, which is nice. The Homer Hefeweizen and the My Crew Fest beer.
So those are all new.
Those are all
flavors.
new. So that's actually that's press conference worthy. Those are like tasty flavors. They got a jalapeno cheddar crunch wrap, burgers, cheddar. Like they have amazing food at AmFam, right? Like you can't really go wrong. So I just think it's funny that after each thing, they're like, "Hey, we got to get the kitchen staff on this. You know, we're going to need some new menu items." So I think we're coming.
It's just some secret stadium sauce, right? And
you can't put any more people in there, right?
Hey, we should also mention that our number is going down. It dropped over the weekend.
The Brewers Ultra Super Mega Magic number.
8. The number is 8. Combination of Brewers wins and Dodgers losses. Actually, no, it's just one or the other. 8 losses by your Dodgers and AL opponent, or 8 wins by your Brewers, and you are World Series champions.
We have to win 8 games.
Yes, essentially.
What basically the super what is it now? The
super ultra magic.
Super ultra.
There's a yes.
Most best worldwide number. And the jalapeno cheddar crunch wrap.
Holy cow! Do you believe it?
What makes working at Three Pillars so special? Let's hear from my friend Diane.
I just love what I do because I get to bring joy and happiness to the residents. I develop and plan all the programs, activities, and outings. We go downtown to Milwaukee for different theater productions, museum tours. Our activities can span from Lake Geneva up to as far as Green Bay, and then we love going to the Dells. We also have a lot of speakers coming all the time, and then we always have parties.
Find a rewarding career at threepillars.org.
You got to get to Built Right today. Vince Vitrano here talking about Built Right's 97th anniversary mattress celebration. See what I did there? Celebration. One location, you know it saves you time and money, and they make it easy to shop and easy to buy because Built Right will beat any big box, national or local chain store, department store, online retailer, warehouse club, or employee-free store because they have the guaranteed lowest prices. Now, at Built Right, you'll also find the best value, selection, and experience team in Wisconsin. Over 60 models all on display to try out. 500 mattresses in stock. You're choosing for the best mattress brands made right here in America. Heirloom, Gold Bond, Therapeutic, Restonic, and Shiftman. With Built Right specializing in hard-to-find flippable, two-sided, and heavy-duty mattresses that can hold up to 600 pounds. Plus, Built Right offers free delivery and removal on mattress-only purchases of $7.99 or more. Built Right saves you money. Voted best place to shop Monday through Saturday, 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Sunday, closed to be with family. Make sure to tell them Vinny sent you to Built Right, 54th and Layton Avenue in Greenfield.
Time out on the field. Let's bring in Gina Della from Pella. What's the winning game plan this month?
Wayne, a whole house of new windows for as low as $297 a month with 0% interest for up to 60 months.
Wow, that's a drive you can sustain for years. No penalties, no extra interest.
And unlike opponents, Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin actually stops the drafts.
Don't sit on the sidelines, folks. Make your move today at PellaWI.com.
Zero restrictions apply. It's 10/31/2025.
You've still got it, but your immune system weakens as you age, making it hard to fight flu, pneumonia, RSV, and COVID-19. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Happy Monday!
It's time to look at the week ahead.
What a Monday morning.
The week ahead on Wisconsin's Morning News. Everything that's going to be in your timeline, on your news feed, in the memes that you see or get texted. Everything on the TVs. Maybe on your phone.
Why don't you just tell me what's going to be in the news?
Maybe in the paper. It could be in any of these things. All right, well, today is Columbus Day or Indigenous Peoples Day. So you have some closures, not all closures, though. Some bank branches, yes, others, no. The stocks are open and doing good at the moment. So they are still trading on Wall Street.
Are we getting mail today?
Kind of like you might get some mail, but not all mail. Like if you go to the post office shops, like those are shut down or supposed to be closed today. But there's also
there may be delivery.
If you go to the
packages.
website, it'll say but you still might get a package. Like, well, okay.
All right.
So anyway, that's today. Brewers. So here's how this looks. The NLCS, it starts tonight at American Family Field. So game 1, 7:08 tonight. Game 2, 7:08 tomorrow. Both of those games at home here in Milwaukee. Game 3 is Thursday. That's a 5:08 start in LA. 5:08. So 5:08 our time. So a little bit earlier. Game 4 is Friday evening standard time, like 7:30 or something like that. Game 5, if necessary, Saturday evening. So the only odd timing right now is Game 3 at 5:08. The rest are all 7:08 or 7:30, something like that. So
boy, if you had a friend who gets up at 3 a.m. to go to work, that 5:08 time is going to feel really good.
Yeah.
For example.
That's good. That's good.
I have a friend who gets up that early.
I know some people like
He's
that.
right over here.
A motion hearing takes place today in the civil case against Maxwell Anderson. That gets underway today. So Anderson, you may recall, convicted of killing Sade Robinson during a date. So the family is suing him. So they'll go through that process today as they continue. That one's going to be on a Zoom. He was moved out of state to a different prison. The government shutdown rolls on, and because today is Columbus Day, don't expect any movement on that today. Meanwhile, the president is taking part in a summit in Egypt right now, which will discuss Gaza's future. So 20 different world leaders at that summit in Egypt today. The U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics will bring in some furloughed employees, bringing them back to work so they can publish the inflation report for September. At least that's the plan. That would likely happen on Wednesday. Also Wednesday, Milwaukee County Budget Finance Committee will consider the budget proposals from the county executive today. Now, don't forget, there's a couple of different ones in there regarding MCTS, one of them being to put sheriff's deputies on the buses and whatnot. So we'll see how that goes during their budget hearing on Wednesday. At the movies.
You are not entitled to any information about me in my life.
Whoa, Julia Roberts is back. It's a thriller.
And who's not entitled to know things about her life?
Well, she's talking to one of her students there who has accused one of her colleagues of a thing. And there's a confrontation that's haunting secrets of her past that gets pulled into this too. So it's a he said, she said, pull here, go there. Oh my gosh, what's the history look like between all of these people? Julia Roberts back in the movie theaters. The Packers play the Cardinals. It's another 3:20 start. You like those 3:20 starts?
Kind of when the weather's still nice, because then you don't have to worry about recording the game at noon because I'm busy doing stuff.
It's hard to adjust, isn't it? Like to swing from you get all caught up in the baseball stuff and then all of a sudden there's a Packers game. It's hard to kind of to do both. No,
to be fully engaged in both your team.
Transition your excitement.
And one's playoffs, and then one's I really hope we play well here.
Of course, our big T1D walk is Saturday at Greenfield Park for Type 1 diabetics. Super proud of that. If you want to learn more, just text the word walk to the Sighted Unlimited WTMJ Talking text line 855-616-1620. That is the week ahead on Wisconsin's Morning News.
You ever hear a deal so good you think, what's the catch?
Yes, when I got a free gym membership, and the catch was I still had to go.
Well, right now, Capital is offering great financing, no catch.
No selling a kidney?
Nope, just easy financing and honest service during Capital Credit Days. Now through October 31st, air conditioners start as low as $65 a month, furnaces only $59 a month, or a complete system only $117 a month.
Capital, where you choose cool or cozy with no catch financing.
Call CapitalCares.com.
Don't just get a ride. Build a travel experience together with KB Excursions. Vince Vitrano here for a brand new partner with all of us here at Good Karma Brands, this family-owned business, custom designing travel for your major event or just a night out. So you can call Amy over there at KB Excursions. Just talked with Amy this past week, and she can help you plan your transportation for a large group via luxury motor coach or for smaller groups, the beautiful Mercedes Sprinter. This thing is nice. I've been in it. Leather seats, TV, full setup for up to 14 passengers. Perfect for, pick your activity. Golf trip, wedding party, night on the town, ride to the ball game, up to Green Bay or down to Chicago, or more importantly, ride home from any of that. With personal service from the owner, Khalid, and the KB Excursions team, getting there will be half the fun. Tell them Vinny sent you to KB Excursions. Find out more at kbexcursions.com.
Hi, this is Michelle Voskel, CPA and team member at the Neal Group. You may have heard Congress pass the One Big Beautiful Bill, which President Trump campaigned on. Leaving the non-tax parts out, what does the new law mean for business? To be honest, less than you think. There are larger deductions for purchasing equipment and other fixed assets in the year of purchase. The Qualified Business Income Deduction, or QBID, is now a permanent deduction for partnerships and S corporations. Remember the 1099-K back and forth? The minimum amount for issuing 1099-Ks, which are typically from credit card companies or e-commerce sites like Amazon or Shopify, will now be $20,000. Call us now for a free consultation to see how you may be affected by the new law. Call 414-325-2040 now. You earned it. We help you keep it. That's 414-325-2040 or nealgroup.net.
Enjoy life at Capri Communities.
Well, it's breakfast with the boys, and then bingo is at 3 in the afternoon. I lost that super lady I'd lived with for 60 years, but have found a home and doing well. The accommodations, the facilities, it's been a pleasure, and I hope to hang around a couple of more years anyhow.
Enjoy life at Capri Communities.
Point taken with Scafidi and Bry.
I wanted to get my frustration out because after sitting there watching all that stuff, I'm like, I've learned nothing.
What do you think should happen? Like, who do you blame right now?
I blame both sides.
But what's the solution? How do they move forward? Who is it beholden on to come up with a deal to get the 7 votes that they need in the Senate?
Someone other than Hakeem Jeffries, Speaker Mike Johnson, or John Thune.
Chuck
Schumer. Someone other than them taking leadership. They're fools.
Weekdays from 10 to noon on WTMJ. WTMJ, W277CV, and WKTI HD2 Milwaukee. From the Annex Wealth Management Studios, this is News Radio WTMJ, a Good Karma brand station.
9:53 on Wisconsin's Morning News. News breaking all day from the Middle East. Air Force One is wheels down in Egypt, and President Trump and the motorcade have now arrived at the venue for these talks about the future of Gaza. This on a historic day where the remaining, it was 20 was the number of surviving hostages who have been held by Hamas now for just over 2 years, have been returned safely to Israel. Remains of those hostages who died in custody one way or another are expected to be delivered back to Israeli authorities at some point, either today or tomorrow, from what we're being told. President earlier today addressed the Israeli parliament, known as the Kismet, and that was historic as well. Last president to be invited to do that was President George W. Bush, and it was a raucous speech. About an hour or so the president spoke with lawmakers in Israel standing, applauding. There seemed to be some jokes, you could just tell that it was a joyous occasion. In terms of policy that came out of the speech, a couple of tidbits, but the president basically saying that he's committed to now leading this effort to build a lasting peace in Gaza. Yeah, that's the trick, ain't it?
Right, right.
Not to diminish the happiness and the joy and the accomplishment of that just today was.
Well, in one of the questions, we had Jeff McCausland on from CBS. He's worked in the Pentagon for years, and he's a military consultant for CBS now. And he joined us earlier in the program, and one of the questions we asked him was like, okay, if there's all of these leaders here, is this just a photo shoot? Is this a symbolic thing, or are they going to really talk how they're going to move forward here when they meet in Egypt later today?
No, I think this is a crucial aspect of what's going on. We've achieved a ceasefire. I think a little bit we ought to, as the president said, celebrate, but there's hope ahead. But it's not predetermined. And if we're going to get to that more stable time and more stability in Gaza and the region as a whole, all these leaders are going to be incredibly involved, because now we have the ceasefire, and now once that's effected in terms of release of hostages, release of those who have passed away, as well as the exchange of Palestinian and Gazan prisoners, now we have to move forward the hard work. We've got to move forward towards creating this peace committee. That peace committee has then got to talk about things that are going to be very hard to do, like the demilitarization of Hamas.
Oh, yeah. There's that aspect you got to figure out, too. And he made an interesting point. He's like, there's also going to be some in Hamas that don't understand that versus those who helped put this deal in place. There's people that have been on the front lines, fighting the fight on a daily basis, and others who have just been negotiating, and whether or not they're all communicating in the same level right now.
I agree with you. I thought that was one of the most interesting things McCausland said is, the Hamas leadership has been staying in four-star hotels far away from any of this, far away from the misery in Gaza. Meanwhile, you have these fighters who may not have gotten or may not want to hear the message that it's over. And how do you disarm them and get them out of Gaza, as is part of the agreement? I apologize, I misspoke before. It's the Knesset is the parliamentary body in Israel that the president addresses or addressed earlier today. So all of that happening. The president's motorcade in Turkey has arrived at the venue for this meeting. It's after 6 p.m. there, I believe, where they are meeting in Egypt. So long and historic day for President Trump. Other members of the delegation include Secretary of State Marco Rubio, Secretary of War Pete Hegseth is there, full delegation. Jared Kushner, who is among those, President's son-in-law, who was involved in some of these negotiations as special envoy. His other special envoy, Witkoff, also there. So a little bit of a victory lap, but a lot of work to do, and that work is underway right now. It is 9:57. On Wisconsin's Morning News, we've got Point Taken coming up next on News Radio 620 WTMJ.
Does your bathroom belong in a haunted house? Or maybe it's just time for a refresh. WTMJ and Sidex are back with the Beautiful Bathroom Contest. One lucky listener will win a tub or shower conversion valued up to $10,000. It's easy. Snap a pic of your scary shower.